What's up, guys? Welcome to my tarot channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That's me. My name's Annie. Welcome to this All Signs Tarot reading. Please come into the readings with an open heart and an open mind. Take away only what resonates for you and release the rest. Check below for timestamps so you can hop directly to your reading. And do remember to check out the reading for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. All right, let's do it. All right, Aries. Aries, sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. Who's coming in? Who's coming in with a little romance? Let's see. What is Aries' love life looking like in the next couple weeks? How is this person presenting? What can I tell Aries about the person who might be coming in? They may have some emotional options, but they've decided. There's something about a decision on who they want to go into contract with. You might be dealing with a Libra or a Scorpio, possibly. Let's see. And in regards to Aries, how are they feeling? What are the feelings? They might not be certain if you have other options, or there's something about not having certainty, needing to establish maybe some better trust with you, or it's possible that you don't know who this is, and so they may kind of be putting out feelers to see if you're interested. What's the deal with that? But okay, so you do know them socially, though. They're not a complete stranger. You might be surprised that this person has actually kind of been scoping you out, and if that's the case, it might not be necessarily that they've have emotional options or have other, or whatever, or are pursuing other people. It could just be that they were trying to get a pulse on you and they weren't going to come in unless they had some sort of truth or clarity with the Justice card about whether or not you were still with that person. Maybe you recently got out of a breakup or a divorce, or I don't know, there might be some sort of party or social opportunity where this person can come in and get to know you a little bit, and so they might sort of, I don't think they're grilling you for answers. I think they're trying to be subtle, and with the Justice card, there's something a little bit they're very tactful. They have nice social graces, so they're not going to corner you and be like, hey, can we talk? Like, it's not going to be that, like, who is this weirdo? No, it seems like they're really enjoying getting to know you. I think you guys could have a lot of fun together. I think there's mystery or perhaps insecurity on if you return those feelings for them, or again, if you have other people in mind. But yeah, the Lovers is like they want to bring these two together. These two energies, right? With the Pentacles, sometimes it's this or that. Other times it's like, how do we merge these? How do we make them work in unison? So with the Lovers card, and the Three of Cups too, I'm not saying options and decisions don't come into it, because they do. They factor into it with the Three of Cups and two twos. But I don't necessarily sense like infidelity per se. I don't think that's what this Justice card represents. I think it's someone who wants to move into contract with you, but they may have to play it or see how it plays out with you. I think they may have to there might be an element of persuasion here. That's a very good Libra word. They're very persuasive, so it's like they're trying to get you on their team. So actions towards Aries. What are their actions, please, if any? Action towards Aries. Let's see. So I don't know, the Two of Swords is typically a closed off energy. But so here's what I get from this, a very independent energy. It's almost like they've closed their heart off to other options because all they see is you. It's like they've made the decision, and so their heart might be guarded because, I don't know if guarded is the right word, but it's like they're closing themselves off to other options because I think they're wanting to make an exclusive offer towards you. I don't sense that this person is keeping you in limbo or keeping you as an option. If that's the case, Aries, this probably isn't the person you're thinking about. This might be someone new. So if you are looking for exclusivity in some manner, or looking for like a strong connection with someone who's going to try and woo you and court you and treat you well, I do think the Nine of Pentacles says don't lose your self-respect or your integrity. Don't lean into people pleasing or trying to be someone you're not. Shine with your authenticity. Something that this person really admires about you is your strong work ethic, and also your confidence. You have a quiet confidence that it's like that's really sexy and intriguing to this person. So let's see. Cupid Oracle card for Aries, please. What's a message I can share with them here for Aries? Resolving issues, resolving inner conflict with others, healing past trauma. For Aries. Ooh, yeah, so there's your decisions. Need to gain clarity through decision making. That might be on your end. Maybe you have some options. It's very possible that you do. And then manifestation, law of attraction, thoughts become things. So I think it's worth spending some time thinking about what it is that you really desire and want. What qualities in a mate do you admire and would you welcome into your life? Really spend some time thinking about that, because I think that's going to help you manifest it and bring it in closer. All right. I don't know why I want to use this deck, so let's see. What's the tea? What can I tell Aries about a person coming in or a person that they're currently dealing with? Oop, that one fell out. Poker face, not showing emotions, unable to read, reveal, no hint or thoughts of feelings. Yeah, so I do think this has to do with your person because they're trying to get a better sense on if you're single. And then this says sabotage. So I don't know why, but that's coming through for you. Yeah, and a sharp tongue. I like that. Something about your wit, your silliness, you have a sharp wit. That's very attractive to them. But also with sabotage, yeah, you may be keeping an option or a connection around you that isn't necessarily for your best and highest good, right? It could be an option. It could have been like a friends with benefit situation. And I mean, if you're happy and that's what you want, go for it. I'm not here to like change your mind. But ultimately, I do feel like you have a connection trying to come in that's actually going to treat you better and check more of the boxes. So just make sure that you are not sort of keeping options open that maybe you just need to close up and kind of, tie in a cute little bow and move on. I think maybe there might be an element here of wanting to be wanted or wanting to be in a relationship just for the sake of not feeling lonely. And so that may point out something you need to work on if that is in fact you. That could also be an ex situation, someone who keeps coming back to you because they're lonely. I think whatever this is that has very strong energy, I don't think you've dated them before. I think you know them socially or they're through a friend of a friend or, a networking, coworker type vibe. But, yeah, I don't know. I like this new energy coming in. So be yourself, be silly. Be silly. And yeah, something about talking about your dreams or your career goals, that's very exciting and intriguing to them. So you might be dealing with another Aries as well, too. Let's see. I do see Libra and Gemini. Any other zodiac signs that want to come out here? Whoa, so you have Virgo. Oh, you do have double Virgo energy too. Pisces and Sagittarius. All right, Aries, that's what I got for you this week. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you soon for more tarot. All right, Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Who's coming in for you romantically? What's coming in next on the love front? Next couple weeks, message I can share with Taurus. What energy might they be dealing with? Who's coming in or who's presenting? Assessment and waiting. So you likely have someone who has strong fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sag. Particularly Leo energy is very strong, King of Wands energy. They're very fixed in their ways, They have some Taurus energy in there too. They probably have a Venus in Taurus or something like that. I don't know if they're coming in, but they're certainly thinking about you and picking their moment. They're wondering if they missed their chance with you. They're wondering if you're single or, they have a lot of doubt about how they can make it work with you. And so for most of you, this doesn't feel new. I'm not saying it couldn't be. It might be saying to you, you have a good one, coming in, but it hasn't arrived yet. So, the Three of Wands is like your ships are coming in. So this might be a slower week, but let's see. So whenever this is coming in, I'm not going to set a timeline, but what is this person feeling? What is this person feeling in regards to Taurus, of course? Let's help get them some helpful messages here. How is this person feeling? Seven of Swords. Like they should have acted better. They feel like they probably owe you an apology, but they might be too proud. So that's not ideal, Taurus. Or they may have felt like someone was playing games. And don't get me wrong, I get it. We're usually always the hero in our own story, but there could have been something that they felt like you weren't totally transparent about, or that maybe you were, I'm sort of getting the idea of you flirted, but you didn't necessarily want anything serious, or vice versa. There could have been sort of this pretending to be low-key and friends with benefits or, no labels, but then ultimately it's but let's put a label on it. There could have been some sort of miscommunication or a misinterpretation, a misunderstanding of what the other person wanted and felt and desired. And I'm sensing that there was some sort of conflict that came there. So they're feeling like you've moved on. I think they're feeling bummed, like they missed out on something good. I think this person is... I think this person might be worried that you're already committed to someone else. And for some of you, you might be. this might actually not be coming in immediately. I don't know why I'm sensing this, but it almost feels like you have another option that's already in your life now, or something that's going to come in sooner. But what's interesting is the narrative that's coming out. It's almost like this thing that you need to hear, though. So for some of you, you might be wondering about like an ex or something like that. And it's like, yeah, they're still thinking about you, but they're also feeling like you've already committed to something else. And for some of you, you may have raised your bar. You may have committed to seeking partnership or romantic, relationships in your life that it's like this person just didn't meet your standard or something like that. I feel like they let you down and they know it, but, and I know this isn't going to make sense to all of you, they also feel like you let them down a little bit too. So, I mean, it does take two to tango, right? I'm not here to say anyone is right or wrong or this and that. I'm just reading the tarot cards, but they feel like they got steamrolled here, essentially. This is a big card of liberation. And sometimes when there's energy that comes up and it feels very much like Taurus is taking a little bit of the brunt of it, a lot of time that indicates that there's cross watchers on this reading. So, I mean, that's fine. Everyone's just trying to get their information and check in on their person. But yeah, so, usually we're the hero in our own narrative. And here it does seem to be kind of it's mixed. It's a mixed energy. So anyway, this person whoever we're reading about here, this person who's waiting and thinking, and they still have a lot of passion. The King of Wands is very passionate, but there can be ego that gets in the way of you guys coming back together because neither one is willing to admit wrongdoing or swallow their pride or open up the conversation and actually do some active listening, not just talking. And I think that's what this person fears. I think if they came back into your life, I think they fear that you would reject them all over again or bring up all the stuff from the past that they did wrong. I think they want a clean slate, and I mean, for some of you, it's like, that's just not possible. We've been through too much together, right? Something happened that we can't just pretend it didn't happen, though this person would love to enter into that narrative with you where it's like, the past is in the past. Let's hit reset. We're all good. You seem to not necessarily be feeling that way. It's like, no, there's certain things we need to address. And, I understand it, right? If this person's going to come back, hopefully it's with changed behavior, right? You don't just want to repeat the same cycle, but this person is apprehensive to sort of address the elephant in the room or to really make good on the changes that you guys both need to make in order for this to come together successfully. So for the time being, it's like they feel, they intuit that ultimately, like, this has come to a close. So in the future, are there any actions? Because, I mean, they are thinking about you without a doubt. I think they question if they could come back in, and they know they wouldn't be greeted with open arms, though, so they know that you would still be feeling some type of way. Actions, Ace of Cups, Hangman. They dream about coming back in. I think they definitely think about if they were to make some sort of romantic gesture, or to be honest, this feels more like an apology. But they had anxiety about it because, again, it's not as easy as just being like, I'm sorry too, I forgive you, let's hug and kiss and make up. It's more complicated than that with these, because here's the thing, with the Seven of Swords, sometimes, it can be sort of that liar, cheater, thief card. So if it didn't have to do with cheating or infidelity, again, it had to do with someone saying something, but acting in a completely different way. Like, words don't align with action. Sometimes with this card, I say, what you skip now trips you up later. And so that's what I mean. Like, someone went back on their word or did something that they said they were or weren't going to do. And it changed the game. And I think maybe some trust issues were broken. I think right now this person is going through a period of reflection, right? Hangman mode. And here's the thing. It's like the Hangman is preceded by the Death card. So it's almost like this person hasn't fully acknowledged the ending. I mean, they have, but it's like they don't want to see it as an ending. I think they're still maintaining like a shred of hope or optimism that you would let them back in. With the Hangman, it's like something may need to be sacrificed here, and for a lot of you, it's ego. There's no ego with the Hangman, right? He sees things upside down because ultimately he needs to get a new perspective on things. So I think for both of you, this might be putting yourself in the other person's shoes and recognizing that, maybe both people did something in a lower vibration because they were in the heat of the moment, or, you know, their emotions were driving the bus. I think you both have regrets. So I wouldn't say this could never come back together. I think both people need some sort of emotional release from this. And to be honest, Taurus, you might be getting that sooner than later via another person. Like you might be doing some rebounding. I'm not saying that's true for all of you, but I get it if it is, you know, with the World card and the Ace of Cups. It's like that pent-up anger, you know, you're not going to have makeup sex with this person anytime soon, although maybe you are, I don't know. But it feels like you're kind of going out and like, there's something about leaning into that, like, I can still get people, like, F that person. Like, there's definitely some anger and emotions that are still being held on to, but it's not coming out of, hey, like, can't we all just get along? It's not kumbaya vibes, not yet anyway. It's possible that in the future something about this might change if one or both people can swallow their pride and come in with sort of, again, an open mind and hearing the other person out, but there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of trepidation. So this says success. It's your time to shine. Success from what you pour your heart into. So what are you pouring your heart into? Focus on things that you really want to grow and succeed with abundance, right? And that's always got to be yourself first, right? You know that. Can't pour from an empty cup. And it says passions. Don't be afraid to fail. Follow what makes your heart happy. So I will say this, you know, this is not something that most people are willing to consider or do, but I am going to give you this little gem of wisdom. If something about this situation is inhibiting your ability to move forward wholeheartedly, right? If you know you need to enter into the next chapter, but it feels like you still have strings attached, why don't you be the baller in the situation and make some sort of gesture to reach out, if for nothing else, just for closure and clarity? If it's tripping you up. If it's not, then by all means move on. And for a lot of you, that's what this feels like. I think you've moved on. It's your person who's a little bit like, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. So for my cross watcher on Taurus, right? Why don't you do that? Why don't you see what needs to change and transform? Because here's the thing. It's not the butterfly yet. We're still in the cocoon phase. So it's like, this feels very much like last ditch effort to try and make something happen. But it's like, can you get past your own anxiety and the own narrative in your head telling you that you can't or shouldn't or couldn't? I don't know. I'm not saying like the results are going to be happily ever after and successful, but at least people will know where they stand, and there can be this acknowledgement of, yeah, this chapter may have come to a close and now I can move on because I have the answer I need. Because being in limbo, being in hangman mode, I don't know about you, but that's my worst nightmare, right? When something doesn't feel like there's closure or clarity. Now in life, we don't always get that, but here's the thing. You could probably get it by reaching out and asking your person for something, or addressing them, or confronting the issue. If you do, I would do it with a very gentle, not aggressive approach, because I think that might add gasoline to the fire. But ultimately, if you want to know where this is headed and you really are lost in the sauce, I would say first and foremost, do some self-reflecting, do some soul searching. But ultimately, if you want to put an end to this anxiety of are we or aren't we, reach out, make the gesture, because that's going to give you clarity. All right, zodiac signs involved here. Pisces, Capricorn, Leo maybe. Anything else? Whoops. So we have Scorpio, Aries, double Aries, and Leo. All right. What's the tea? Anything else? Anything else? This says ignored. Yeah. So someone is feeling like they've been iced out, and I think they have. I think that's why they're doing this reflecting and soul searching. Not my strongest action cards, but to be honest, a lot of energy is being put into the thought of what happened and what could be. That's really what I see this week. So that's what I got for you, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was helpful. That's always my goal. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon for more tarot. Bye. All right, Gemini, who's coming in for you romantically? Any love offers or romantic gestures in Gemini's life? Spill the tea, Tarot. What's coming in? What's coming in for Gemini? Take only what resonates, guys. My Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Who's coming in? Someone, too little, too late. It's like they had the option, they had the decision, and something blew up in their face, and they're trying to repair it. There's two messages here. There's someone who's wanting to come in with an apology, but the apology is underwhelming or too little, too late. or it's someone like they came to their senses too late, right? It's like something blew up in their face where they finally decided to pick you, right? And you're like, shh. Let's find out a little bit more, but what's going on here? Yeah, listen, trust your intuition. Your spirit guides are screaming at you about this one. You already know the deal, because this is someone who kept you chasing them, or this is someone who kept you as an option or as a side bet, or like it's funny, I said that and I instantly thought of She's All That. Am I a bet? Am I an effing bet? Sorry. It feels like, honestly, like, I don't know if there was marriage involved here and you were the side piece or whatever, but it's like you waited a good long while for this person to choose you. You let them take their time. You more or less kind of fed into the game, not because you wanted to. I'm sure you had deep feelings and affection and you saw something in this person, but at least at the time they didn't match your energy and see it in you, and so they kept their options open. And I'm just guessing, Gemini, you have something better coming in, or you're already happy. Now, if you're watching this, you know, maybe you're not with the person, but you probably have a better option that's showing up for you more consistently and just like a better person, you know? And do keep in mind, guys, sometimes the messages go reverse, so I might be speaking to you, Crosswatcher, about your Gemini, right? Usually we're the hero in our own story. Now, I'm not saying that's always true. Sometimes tarot will call you out, but we'll see. We'll see. So whoever's coming through, too little, too late, kept options open, how are they feeling towards Gemini? How are they feeling towards Gemini, please? They're spying on you. They're thinking about you a lot, but is there feelings of affection here? They're coming back for sex. This is a booty call again. They're looking at the naughty pictures that you sent them. They're sexting you. Really, like, and so is that void of emotion? Question mark. None of these are super passionate in regards to I have so much love and affection for you. This is like, hey, what's up? What are you wearing? Right? This is like the Ace of Wands is passionate, but it's sexual passion, right? It's chemistry in a certain sense. It could be body chemistry, but if we're looking for actual substance, rocky waters, like I think for a lot of you, you know that you need to move on, and you might be tempted to, you know, you have page offers here. So is there communication and messages? Probably. But are they blowing you out of the water? No. Pun intended. They're definitely blowing something. Page of Cups to the Page of Swords. This is probably you. You might be dealing with someone who is very hopeless romantic, maybe a little bit naive, maybe a little bit immature. Like they want so badly to meet their romantic person, and yet their actions don't match what it is that they're trying to manifest. They look for the easy way out, or they take what is available even though it's not satisfying or it's not, I wanted to hear the word like nutritious, or say the word nutritious. Like there's not a lot to it, but because it's there and it's easy, it's low hanging fruit. That's how I say it, right? It's there, it's, you know, for the taking, but it doesn't mean it's delicious. It's like this person needs to aim higher. And I do think you actually have a decent amount to offer them, but I don't know, this may have been a situation where you guys got involved under the pretenses of like, this isn't really going to amount to anything. Like maybe it was just kind of like a, hey, we're flirting, let's do this, whatever. But then I'm sort of getting the sense that you caught feelings and wanted something more, but you kind of, I think for a lot of you kind of knew that they weren't fully emotionally available. That could be what this is too. If it's not that they have options, it's just that they're not certain about you. And that's not sexy. That's not romantic, right? You want people who like, they make it known that they want to be with you. And so I think this person is going to follow up with you. But again, what they're giving, if it's page energy, they're trying, but it's underwhelming. And I don't even know how hard they're trying. Like, you guys know my spiel about this. It's like, it's my fish in a cup, baby. Right? It's like, that's cute. That's, you know, like, yeah, I gotta be honest, Gemini. Yeah. Again, your spirit guides are shouting at you. You know what's up with this person. You know what's up with this person. So their feelings are being aroused, but their feelings are sexual in nature. So hey, you know what? If that's all you're looking for, by all means, Gemini, have fun with this, but that's all it's going to amount to be, especially in the next coming months. This doesn't have long-term potential to me at all. It's very flighty. It's very inconsistent. It's very much like, hey, are you up? Actions, the Hierophant. I think you need to commit to yourself and what you truly want, and what it is that you're looking to manifest over time. Rome wasn't built in a day, so don't expect, Prince Charming to arrive overnight just because you say that prayer or you do that meditation or whatever it is. But you have to think consistency. Consistency is super important with Taurus energy. So a drop in the bucket adds up every day, right? But yeah, if you're looking for consistency with this person, I don't mean to break your heart. I just don't think you're going to get it. It could be that, it could be that you are being asked to focus on your long-term commitments and a commitment to yourself. Okay, so manifestation of a King of Cups. I like this very much. So there's a king here, Gemini, game changer. You may have a person who's already interested in a commitment with you, but for some reason, it's like you want what you can't have. I'm not sure what that is. But I don't know, you may have a change of heart, possibly something with a Taurus, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. It doesn't have to be those signs, but I guarantee you're going to want an offer from a King of Cups before you want a Page of Cups. It's steady. It's consistent. These are both fixed energies. It's like they're here. There's an established loyalty and a commitment. And so I know that that's not what everybody wants. And I'm not here to project anything on that, but whatever this is, it doesn't seem to be working out. And if you're fixated on it, it's like putting yourself through more pain and trauma than you need to. So yeah, something about this, you may actually want to try being in something a little bit more committed. And for some of you absolutely want that, but it's just like that chapter hasn't come into your life yet. That might be on the horizon. Something about Scorpio season might be particularly fruitful for you. I'm not sure why that would be. But yeah, something about the Taurus Scorpio stuff. You might meet someone at work. Interesting. Yeah, lack mentality. Just because it's your only option doesn't mean it's a good one for you. I would say raise the bar higher. For Gemini, please. What does Gemini need to know? What's the T? Hooked, addicted to someone or something. Yeah, because you got that D action, right? Being so inappropriate, but they got you hooked. Hook, line, and sinker. They're definitely going to put out feelers with you. They're going to see if you take the bait. That's what this feels like. All these fish metaphors. Are you dealing with a Pisces? Pisces and Gemini can be a very interesting combination. And sometimes it works, right? It's complicated. It depends on your chart. My aunt and uncle are Pisces, Gemini, and they've been married for like 50-something years. They love each other. But Gemini and Pisces are a very interesting combination, right? They're both mutable, but yeah, they're signs that by nature square each other in astrology. So there can be an irritation factor there sometimes. Overcoming obstacles, getting back on your feet, gaining strength from difficult situations. So, I'm always going to say this. What did you learn from this situation? What did you learn from this person? It's about you. It's not about them, right? It really is. It's bringing it back to like a self-focused place. It's not like, oh, well, I learned that they're an a-hole or this or that. No. You learn that maybe sometimes you accept less than you deserve, that maybe you're willing to put other people first all the time, and maybe you need to have better boundaries or more self-respect, or you need to say what you want and actually hold yourself accountable to receiving that, not being easily swayed or persuaded by others' energy of, oh, but it was fun and this, that, and yeah, I think you need to know what you want and stick to it. Because you have a lot to offer, with King of Cups energy. So make sure you're getting that back. Make sure that that's being reciprocated. Zodiac signs for Gemini. Zodiac signs that want to come out. So you have Capricorn, Libra, Aquarius, and Leo. All right. Thank you so much, Gemini. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next week for more tarot. Bye, y'all. Hey, Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Who or what is coming in for you romantically? Gestures of romance and love. What's Cancer's love life looking like in the next few weeks or whenever this energy is coming in? Tell me about Cancer's romantic life. How is this person presenting? They're about to expand and make some sort of offer. It feels like they're preparing themselves to take some sort of risk. For one or two of you, it could be an apology, but it might be sort of a small gesture, but like a little flirty one. I wouldn't say it's laced with sexual energy, but here's the thing with this. This person is not giving you the full picture of how they really feel. They're dipping their toe in the water to see how you're going to react. because they don't know, but here's the thing, they've been planning this for a while. So I don't know if you know who this is. This might be someone new, but they've had their eye on you, or they've been wanting to connect with you. If this is totally new and you don't know this person, they've been manifesting someone of your type and your energy. Interesting. Okay, so 3 of Cups. So a couple things. You might know them socially through friends of friends, through coworkers. There might be some sort of event or party where you have networked with them in the past, in which case it's like you left a lasting impression on them. You may have, it's funny, I'm almost wanting to say you used to live near them, so I don't know if you moved and this person isn't really in your territory anymore, but they're thinking about making an offer from a distance. I don't know, but they're very amicable. They're very kind of, there's something happy-go-lucky. If that's not them, that's how they view you. I think they want to be part of your tribe. They want to be part of your circle. And so again, they're approaching you slowly, but what they're actually offering is a lot more than they initially present you with, because they're trying to get a pulse on if you're interested. Interesting. Tell me a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more. You might know them through a friend, specifically a female friend may have introduced you. It's not going to be for everybody, or possibly through like a family friend. I'm not sure what that is. How does this person feel? Justice. All right. There's something about opposites attract, or you balance them out. There's something here about opposites attract. You guys are not across the board similar. You may come from very different backgrounds or have very different perspective on things, but there's something about the conversation is always interesting. And I think they're excited to talk to you. It's someone who's feeling like you could be a good match for them, a good partner, but they're trying to, it's like they're trying not to get their hopes up too much. It's funny. It's like they definitely are planning this. I don't want to say proposal, because I don't know if it's necessarily marriage. It feels newer to me, but it's like but maybe it is. Who knows? Take it if it resonates. Sometimes this is a marriage card, sometimes, but it's like they've been planning this behind the scenes for a while, but when they present it to you, it feels very just like off the cuff. I'm like, oh, hey, would you like to go out sometime? Like it feels like they just asked you on the spot, but really they've been planning this for a while. Okay. All right, Cancer. So you do have 2 marriage cards. So potentially this might be someone who, because this is their feelings essentially is what I'm reading, someone who feels like you could be good marriage material, or if one or both of you isn't interested in marriage, it's someone who they want to build a future with. They want to stick around. They want to be in your storyline. They want to be in your narrative. They want to be there to celebrate your wins. So you may have achieved something on a personal level recently, and this person knows about it. This could be going out to celebrate something. Maybe it's you got a raise or a promotion, or I don't know, there's a new baby in your family, and the aunts and uncles and cousins, and I don't know, everyone's getting together and celebrating something, and I don't know, somebody brings a friend, or somebody is able to witness this. Maybe they're seeing pictures on social media or something like that. But yeah, essentially I love the 4 of Wands. It says, hey, we've established some sort of stability here, and it can only grow, right? Wands grow up. It's fire sign energy, so it always makes its way up. I like that very much. You have Aries and Libra polarities too. So for my Cancer risings, someone who used to live in your neighborhood, or someone through your, it's like your family knows them, or you meet them through some sort of significant connection through a boss or an authority figure, a father figure. I don't know, or maybe it's like, they want to be the father of your future children, or something like that. Maybe some of you have kids from another marriage. You do have a child card coming into this, so. But I also think there's something to be said about like childlike wonderment. I think, there's just something very cute and sweet about the Page of Cups here. Especially with what it's being presented with. Sometimes the Page of Cups I don't like, but I'm not going to get into why, because I'm not sensing that here. Tell me a little bit more. High Priestess says you already know. You're going to feel it. It's going to feel really easy and really fun and carefree. I think you're going to sense that this person may be looking for a commitment in time. Again, I'm not saying they're going to corner you and be like, hey, I really like you, and be super weird and like obnoxious about it. The High Priestess is like mom's the word for them. They're keeping a lot undercover or under the surface, because I think there's just reason to go out and enjoy and celebrate and have fun. Something about a new home, a new lease, a new contract. Maybe that's at work. Maybe you've moved. Something about this, I like it. It feels kind of fiery and airy, right? So it's exciting. The conversation is good, but underneath there's like a lot of emotion. There's I don't want to say a heaviness, but there's like a weighted factor to this. It's something to do with like a serious offer. The High Priestess says you're already extremely intuitive though, and extremely psychic. This is your card Cancer, so possibly you might be connecting with another Cancerian. But yeah, there's a lot more to be discovered here. Sometimes the High Priestess is a very like mysterious card. I don't think they keep you guessing. I don't think it's mysterious in a bad way. I think over time, this person is going to reveal that they actually have a lot of feelings for you. And again, they see you as someone they possibly want to build a future with. Trust your intuition and your vibes about people. If you are out there and you're single and you're dating, if you get a weird vibe, if someone isn't treating you right, if they're just not being super kind or respectful, on to the next one. Don't spend 2 seconds thinking about, did I do this, or being stuck in your head, or I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like, nope, because the right person, you're going to feel like $1 million. Like there's a sense of ease here. You're going to be very calm because there's consistency, there's comfort, there's words of affection, right? This person lets you know that they appreciate you. That's the ticket. All right, Cancer? The Star. All right, so feelings. Slow and steady. I don't think this person is going to have an outpour of feelings and emotions, but I also don't think you're going to be stuck in your head and questioning it. I think this person starts off as like someone that you're just really good friends with. I think you guys are different, but you have a lot in common in terms of like shared interests, and something about the conversation is very sexy. And I don't even mean that in terms of like sexting, like sure, maybe that's part of it. But I don't really get that though, to be honest. It's not laced with sexuality. What I mean is like this person's mind is sexy, like their unique perspective on things. You love to hear them talk. You may even love the sound of their voice, or maybe they have a sexy accent, or exploring their mind and their ideas. Maybe they're very philosophical. Maybe they're very spiritual. I think the friendship means a lot to you, and it's someone that you love to hang out with. And initially, you guys might find yourselves meeting up in more group dynamics at first, especially if like an exclusive relationship hasn't been established. Mutual friends or coworkers or something. It's like you find yourselves in groups of people, and yet it's like towards the end of the evening, you guys always kind of end up talking together, and it becomes like this very intense conversation, but it's intellectual. Again, it's not like you look sexy tonight, and I'm not criticizing, but it doesn't feel laced with sexuality. And I'll be honest, sometimes the Star card is very much a sexual card for me. It's not here though, and I'm not saying you're not attracted to them. I think you definitely are. You guys definitely think about each other naked, right? No, I'm just kidding. But in terms of feelings, they're not trying to overwhelm you, so it's like a little bit at a time. There's like a small reveal of emotions, and then it's like that for a while. There's consistently more. It grows. You might be dealing with an Aquarius. Just make sure your judgment is not being clouded by past narratives or past people that did you dirty. I think you need to be open-minded, and I think you need to make sure that you're leading with your heart, let your guard down. But ultimately, if someone is like gaslighting you and it's not this person, but ultimately if you're still in connection with someone from your past, and it's just, again, it's still cloudy, it's smoky, it's foggy, it's Neptune energy, right? Especially if you're an early degree Cancer, 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever. 0, not really, but you know what I mean. If you're an early degree Cancer, you're being squared by Neptune right now, so just don't get lost in the fantasy of something versus what it actually is. And so I will say that, just to be very clear, where's the Pentacles? That's the substance, that's the reality. I think this is building towards something in your future that may have longevity, but to be honest, guys, right now, your best advice and guidance is like, just enjoy it, especially the conversation. You're dealing with someone who's intellectually stimulating, right? You have very strong Aquarian and Libra energy, so it's like the conversation is fire, right? Especially if you're cuspy with Gemini, that makes sense. That's a love language, right? So the Hermit. I do see, let's see, I see the death card. I see your Scorpio. Yeah, you have double Scorpio energy here too. So maybe someone who has strong Scorpio, or you might be healing from a Scorpio that let you down, possibly something you're still holding on to. But this is like liberate yourself from anything that is making you feel stuck or making you feel small. Sometimes you have to bring a death to something or give up on something, release it, sacrifice something in order to make new for something really good and really beautiful where there's more reciprocity. You're meeting an energy where they're fueling it as well. You guys are giving equal amounts of time and energy and attention to this. And again, there's something very fun and playful and witty and sweet, but you're not being bowled over with these crazy romantic gestures. So like, allow it to be that. Just be comfortable that you've made a new friend and you have a new connection. And I would say see where it goes in the future. You have Aquarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Cancer, Libra. You have a lot of cards coming through. Zodiac signs. Taurus, Virgo, Leo, and Scorpio. My Cancer readings are always a little bit longer, but what can I say? I love you guys. No bias whatsoever, right? None whatsoever. All right, for Cancer. Something that would be helpful for them to hear, please, for their best and highest good. Soulmate. The divine will provide you with love when you are ready. Cancer. Cancer, baby. What's the tea, Spirit? What's the tea for Cancer? Let's see. Earth Angel. Someone good and pure with honest intentions, kind-hearted, keeps it real. Cancer. Oh my God. I got a good reading for you this week, guys. Hell yeah. So if this is not your story, if you don't have any prospects right now, work on your manifestations, be open-minded, and act as if you are already living in that reality with your soulmate, right? Lean into that energy, focus on the positive. Yep. We have no reason to live in this sort of things that happened in the past, like let them, like kill them off, let it die off, leave the past in the past. Go out and network, be social, because there's something that could be very karmic and like divine timing. Like you just happen to meet them at the right place at the right time. Obviously that's something you can't plan. So just go out and live your life, be your authentic self. Something that is unique and individual and very specific about you that you can't necessarily try for or plan. It's just something ingrained in you. It's your DNA. That is what lights this person up. So literally be yourself. All right, guys, thanks so much. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye. All right, Leo, what's up? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Who is coming in for you romantically? What's your dating life, your sex life, your romantic life looking like in the next couple of weeks, or whatever is coming in next? For my Leos, let's get them some messages for their best and highest good. How is this person presenting, if at all? Page of Swords. They're curious. They're checking in. They're tempted to reach out to you, but they hold themselves back. Why is that? Because you guys had a falling out or something happened and it was shocking or electrifying. What's that? Yeah, I don't know. There could have been some heavy news or somebody shared a story that was kind of unsettling. I don't really know what this is. So let's see. Page of Swords, indecision to reach out. Maybe because they don't want to catch you off guard or catch you by surprise. It feels like maybe there was like a finality or some sort of conclusion or ending, but it's almost like, Scorpio vibes. It's almost like we want to like breathe new life into it or I don't know, try again. It could be that they feel like you've already moved on without them, and so they don't want to put themselves in a position to be rejected. But I don't know, the Tower's kind of like a big energy for someone to be like, I don't know, you guys may have had multiple endings or multiple falling outs. This could be like an on again, off again thing. What is like the root cause of this Tower? What was it over? Yeah, conclusions and endings. There could be some message about like sexuality or repercussions of sex. And I know that's kind of like a weird way to phrase it, but I don't do fear-based readings, right? It's not about like putting the fear of God in you, but ultimately do what you want to do, but come from a place of responsibility. I'm not going to preach to you about that, but essentially there could have been news post sex that may have caused some uncomfortable energy. I don't know if it was pregnancy or like STD type stuff. I don't know. There's maybe something about sex Or if it's not repercussions, it could be trauma based. It could be someone who was once in an abusive relationship. And so it could be intimacy issues. It could be something like that. But sex seems to be a very loaded topic here. So if that hasn't been a storyline with this person, it seems like I don't know. There was the revelation of shocking news that maybe it made you want to end something or it made them withdraw, but this person isn't fully moved on, even though it's almost like logic says they should have with the World and the Death card. It's almost like we're trying to breathe new life back into it with the Tower, but they know that you might not be receptive to that. I don't know if this is making sense to anyone, but anyway, let's see. So how does this person feel about Leo? How are they feeling about Leo? They don't know how to feel about you. I think they're stuck in their head about you, but in some ways it's almost like they don't want to face the truth or they don't want to face the music. It feels like somebody declined an offer here, and I don't know who's who here, but keep in mind sometimes the messages go reverse and this is a cross-watcher reading. What is in this Ace of Cups that's trying to be offered? Moving on, all right. And then the Knight of Wands wants to go back again because the sex was on fire, right? Like the Knight of Wands is the Casanova. It's definitely it's mutable fire, right? It spreads its shit all over town, and it's meant, to have fun, right? YOLO. It's like life is a party. Exclusivity is not really the priority of the Knight of Wands. He or she, whoever this is, they're there to have fun. They're there to paint the town red. Now, they don't always consider the consequence of their actions, right? Sometimes they're very impulsive, but there's a couple things coming through. It's possible that this was just a physical connection or a sex-based connection, but then somebody started to catch feelings and now they're like, I wasn't anticipating that. And again, there's something about logic says I need to move on, or logic says that Leo isn't interested, and yet I still think about it. I think there is a lot of passion there. I think this person definitely wants to revisit this, especially if there was a strong physical connection with you, but either that or they see you as being a very fun, light, amicable presence in their life, and they may have a lot of heavy stuff that they're dealing with, and so you are like a welcomed relief. It's like you're an outlet for fun, whether it's sex-based or not. I think they enjoyed being around you, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like, you were a good distraction from their problems, and maybe you knew that. Maybe it was a mirror thing. Like maybe you both were just looking to sort of escape the banality of everyday life and have some fun. This person seems to be thinking about you, but there's a reason why they're either cautious to approach or they're picking their moment. If you guys are connected online, or this person has the ability to spy on you and see what's up, it does kind of feel like they're doing that. But I also think that they're worried that you have a lot of options and a lot of other, especially romantic options, but connections, a big friend circle, this and that. So I think they're worried that you've sort of eclipsed them out of the picture, and maybe you have. But I mean, you're looking to see what's coming in. The first thing that comes through is not something that's brand new. Let me finish this up in terms of this person's action, if any, towards you, and then we'll see if anything else is coming through in regards to a new situation. Does Leo, let's see. What is this person's action towards Leo, please? With as much clarity as we're allowed. Soulmates. Oh, wow. All right, so you have two very strong cards of soulmates. So this person sees you as the cream of the crop. Marriage may factor into this as well, too. Maybe someone is getting out of a divorce, or someone is, I don't know. I don't know if someone is currently married and there was side stuff going on. Two very strong cards of marriage. So you may be dealing with someone who's waiting for your marriage to be over. That's coming through a little bit. Or it's essentially like this person is waiting for their ships to come in. So maybe they're waiting for you to make the first move. This is a very cute, sweet, innocent card. So this might be something that you saw more as a friendship than anything else. And maybe you pulled back your energy because you sensed that this person was catching feelings. I also think that there was how do I want to phrase this? Somebody else had a similar reading where it was yeah, cool, I just want to be casual and no titles, no labels, but that's anything but the truth. It's like they wanted to pretend that they were all casual and just yeah, I'm cool with a physical connection, whatever, friends with benefits, but then they started to catch feelings and it made it complicated. And so I think one person especially is feeling super up in their feelings about that and disappointed, because ultimately what they're wanting from this connection isn't being met back to them equally, or it isn't being being mirrored by the other person. So I don't know who's who, but they don't have great action cards. I mean, in their action, they have a card of possibly watching a happy couple from a distance. It's probably someone from your past, and maybe you've already moved on and connected with someone else. They're still watching. They're still waiting. They're still hoping that maybe you come around, Leo, but I don't think they are actively vocalizing this to you. The Page of Swords to me here is not a communication card. It's thinking about you. It's trying to figure out a plot or a strategy, and I don't even think it's really deceptive. I don't think it's negative energy. It's like this person's just trying to rack their brain to try and figure out if there's a scenario where you would let them back into your life or in which you would choose them. But it's very like, yeah, it's complicated. This person isn't feeling great. In regards to Leo for new things, for my Leos who are single and looking and don't want anything back from the past, is there anything else I can share with them? Virgo energy. The Hermit always shines his lantern on where the wisdom can be found. So for new energy, where is the wisdom? You have to decide what you really want because you don't know. You might be thinking that you're ready to embark on the next big relationship, and maybe you are, but to be honest, the Hermit is saying, are you though? Are you sure? Is money playing a factor into this? Is self-worth playing a factor into this? Times, pressure, deadlines, things of that sort. Is like, are you a workaholic that has your plate completely full and you're like, yeah, I don't know why I don't have a relationship? Do you have time to feed that energy? Because it is something you need to nurture if you want it to grow. And some of you with this kind of Knight of Wands, it's like you're in a very go, go, go mode, but you don't necessarily have time to nurture the seeds of a relationship. So even though you're wanting it and trying to manifest it, are you in a place to receive if it did come to you? What is your wish fulfillment? So you might be holding on to another Leo or something that ended, and you're hoping that there's like a good twist of fate there for maybe a reunion. But there is something that has to be discussed because people have been wounded in the process. So Leo, you have a lot of people coming through. Like I can tell you for sure, you have at least 3 energies. I do see Leo, Sagittarius stuff. Someone's hoping for a reunion, but again, there's this vulnerability of like, well, if I reach out, if I stick my neck out, are they going to tear me a new one or am I going to feel rejected? So I don't know. This week doesn't feel like a week where people are going to be blowing up your phone trying to hang out with you. But, your birthday season is coming up. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were feeling a flirty vibe maybe, casting a wide net, seeing what you catch. I think there's definitely some suitors. There's definitely some, prospects. But I don't know if they're the ones that you're excited about. So this says evaluation. Perfect. That's what the Hermit card is saying. The 7 of Pentacles, it's all about assessment. It's about money. It's about resources. It's about value and how much we value ourselves and the people in our lives. So let's see. Feed out what doesn't serve you. I don't really know what that means. Feed out. I wonder if that's a typo. Reevaluate the situation. I mean, maybe it's supposed to be feel out what doesn't serve you. I don't know. Feed out. Is that an expression? I've never heard that. Feed out what doesn't serve you. And I mean, with Virgo energy, it does feel very much like, separate the wheat from the chaff, trim the fat, get rid of anything that isn't helping you move forward in a productive, happy way. And by all means, Leo, if you're just looking for sex, go out and do that. But make sure that you are getting involved with people who there's an expectation set or I hate to say had the conversation, but that does seem to be important because for some of you, you're in a chapter where you keep manifesting the same type of energy and it's not really what you're looking for. So is that something that you need? Do you think the universe is trying to usher you into a new cycle that offers you a bit more stability and substance versus just kind of like quick passion? I'm just posing the question. This says retreat, time spent alone, reflection on the past and current situations. All right, and what's the tea here for Leo? Anything else that we need to touch upon that I didn't mention in terms of hopefully this connection? But I do think there's someone out there who possibly wants marriage with you or sees you as a soulmate or at bare minimum a karmic, but you seem to have moved on and they know it and they're having a lot of problems with that. So this is high vibes, high vibrational person, energy that feels good, light, and easy. So with this kind of Knight of Wands, that seems to be what you're looking for. And unfortunately, at least in this connection, it got very heavy very quickly, or you quickly learned that this person was after something that you weren't able to provide them. So in which case you did the right thing by moving on, but I don't know if this person is going to reach out, but that's the first message that came through in your energy. So the one that is closest to your energy right now is very likely someone who you had sort of I I don't know, groundbreaking, but something either destructive or something went down. You guys have some sort of history, and it's not easy. It's complicated, but I don't know, maybe your advice or guidance this week is to focus on you. I mean, always good advice, right? Not super exciting, but it is your birthday season, so go out and be friendly, lean into your happiness, lean into your positivity. You might just vibe with someone who wants something similar, and I mean, that's my hope for you, Leo. I'm not here to tell you differently. And then this is fake, someone who isn't themselves to gain friends or popularity. They seem very nice to everyone, yet trash talk them behind their back in order to improve their social status. Authenticity is a very key word, especially for Leo, but any sun placement, right? Say what you mean and mean what you say. And you may have been dealing with someone who, again, they presented a certain way, but then when you kind of peeked behind the curtain, they wanted something very different, or they were operating with like a totally different standard or different expectations. So anyway, don't judge a book by its cover. Make sure you read a few chapters, at least peruse the index, right? Who's coming up in this reading for Leo? Any zodiac signs that want to present here? Let's see. So you have Taurus, you have Scorpio, you have Taurus again, and Gemini. All right? All right, Leo, that's what I got for you. Happy birthday, guys. I will see you next week for more tarot. Please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Bye. All right, Virgo. What's up? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. What is their love life looking like in the next couple weeks? Who or what might be coming in regards to their love and romantic and sex life? Let's see for Virgo. Messages for their best and highest good, please. Who's coming through? Ooh, King of Cups. Lucky you, Virgo. Oh, but they're a little bit afraid. They might be in the doghouse with you, especially if you're already in a relationship. Somebody may feel like, like they messed up. And yeah, they need to break the silence and have a conversation with you. Somebody in this scenario, I don't know if it's you or them, could have been doing the whole like silent treatment thing, right? Being a little bit manipulative. That being said, whatever is holding this person back or feeling shy or apprehensive to come to you, they will liberate themselves from this stuck feeling. They do want to have a conversation with you. I think they want to welcome in your energy, and this may come in the form of an apology, perhaps, or I need to address something that has been it's a touchy subject, everybody kind of like squirms when it comes up. So there's something that you may have had an argument or a fight, they're again, something with silent treatment or not speaking to one another. Even if you are separated, this person is probably going to come and say something to you. What is the vibe of this Queen of Swords? Is it, because they love you, Virgo. Marry me. They look cozy. They look cute. It's possible, and this is not for everybody, and this is not a storyline I get frequently. I want to underscore that. I have to read these cards with integrity. It is possible that if you were kind of sort of involved with somebody who was married and waiting for them to get a divorce, if that sounds legit and familiar, it's very possible that they liberated themselves from an unhappy marriage, in which case they may be free to make it work with you. That's the exception more than the rule, but I do actually see that here, so I'm happy to share that if it makes sense to anyone out there, but only take what resonates. And of course, that won't be everyone's story. So how does this person, whatever they're liberating themselves from, they do want to speak to you. They want to have a conversation. I like King of Cups. The King of Cups has a lot to offer. He can be a little bit stoic. He can be a little bit mysterious, but ultimately, once you get to know the King of Cups, it's a king, right? And it's a water king. So there's a lot of love. There's a lot of soulful energy. There's a lot of spirituality, a lot of creativity. Loyalty is a big word. And the ability to change, to transform throughout the years. I think there's an ability to reinvent the relationship so it doesn't get stagnant and dull and boring. So let's see, how does this person feel? The Three of Wands. They feel like you're at a distance. And so for some of you, you literally are, but they feel like something they did or said isolated you, and now they're having to play catch up. They're having to like make something right and maybe chase you a little bit or go after you. Yeah, because there was disappointment that came through. Again, the severity of it is going to differ here, but somebody let you down. It could be that someone was ill or sick or needing to heal in some capacity, and this person seems to be patient, and it's almost like they're willing to go down this journey or go on this journey with you, or they're willing to go down that path with you. If perhaps they had some apprehension at first, but I don't know, again, this doesn't happen a lot, but I love that the Eight of Swords is being met with the Queen of Swords. So whatever they were holding back on or feeling insecure about or dodging, or there's a better word for that, deflecting. Give me 1 second. They're like running from something or not wanting to face the truth. Ultimately, the Queen of Swords, like professes the truth. It's balance, it's justice, it's Libra energy. So a difficult truth might be faced here. But if ultimately what they're discussing is this, it's like, I want you back. Just like the Jackson 5, baby. All right, so feelings. Some feelings are hurt, though, with the Three of Swords. So it says, like, essentially, something needs to be healed or repaired or made right. Again, Libra energy. So it doesn't mean you have to be dealing with one. I mean, you might be, but I think this person knows that they have to make something right. And so as much as I think they're hoping you're going to come around and let them back in, they know that they have to make the first move. Well, because look, there's the pair. There's the Queen of Cups, right? So, like, I think, yeah, this is kind of a cool message. I do like the Queen of Cups and the emotions. There might be hidden feelings or sort of this idea of like her cup is closed off, but it's like no one compares to you. It's like, not to make it like sassy, but it's like they got a taste of something and now they can't stop. Like they can't stop thinking about it. So it's almost like they want to circle back around to test the waters with you and see if you would be open to communicating about whatever happened, right? Because it does have an element of feeling like they screwed up or they messed up or they got put in the doghouse for something. I think they want to make it right. I think they want to make it up to you because there are a lot of feelings here with the Queen of Cups. But maybe somebody wasn't practicing good emotional intelligence. Maybe somebody, how do we want to say it? Yeah, maybe the emotions were driving the bus that day and that could have sort of added gasoline to the fire if you guys were already sort of on edge or fighting about something. Or maybe what you fought about was very external to you, but yeah, there was just something in the energy or the air. It was a heated discussion and it may have blown up in this person's face. I do like Queen of Cups showing up in the emotions, though, because there may be, and I'm not saying this is good, but there may be an element of jealousy here. I do sense that this person wants to make it up to you, but it is sort of like they get jealous at the thought of you being with someone else. Now, I don't like that if that's like controlling and super like, I guess controlling is the right word, but I don't know. I sense that this person wants to make it up to you, and it's like they don't want to lose you. I guess that's how I would put it. So for Virgo, what is this person's action? Ooh, that popped right out. Yeah, look at that. This person is going to come through and communicate with you, Virgo. You have a very lovely reading here. Ace of Swords. Now, of course, you never have to take this person back. I don't know your life. I don't know what happened, but I know something happens. Something kind of went ass up sideways, however you want to say it. But this person is coming in with messages, and to be honest, when there's two swords and they're facing each other, I think you're going to respond. So if this is for the cross watcher hoping their Virgo will take them back, again, these are general readings, but majority is you guys are going to have a lot to say. I think be careful with your impulsivity or your being quick to react to something before maybe thinking it through. Like there's always a kinder way to say something and a more diplomatic way of saying it. The Queen of Swords knows that, but ultimately I do think you need to speak your truth. You need to ask for what you want. And I think you guys both need to be really honest about what happened and what you're desiring from this. Like, what is the ideal outcome? And are you willing to both meet each other halfway and make steps to achieve that? You have to be, you have to be a good advocate for yourself, but you also have to listen, right? There's two swords, there's two people. Yeah, Page of Swords. This says think it through. Somebody in the scenario may benefit from writing something out first so that they can sort of process it. Sometimes we want to say things and in our head, it really hits the nail on the head, right? But then sometimes if you put yourself in the other person's shoes, it may come across differently than you intended it. So there is a need to think through how you approach this person and the words you use, if it means enough to you or you want it back. You do have a lot of sword cards, so conversations, communications. This person is going to step up and try and do the right thing. All right. Anything else I need to know for Virgo? Yeah, this person is coming out of the cold because they feel like shit. They feel really guilty. They feel sadness. They feel remorse. They want to win you back. And on their brighter days, they think that something can be salvaged from this. But again, it's a two-way street. But you guys went through something together. You have 2 5s, so a lot of chaos, a lot of disappointment, a lot of challenging energy. But pressure breeds diamonds. I think I say that every week. But also, I think in some ways you have to be put through these adversities and challenges to kind of show up in a new way and to understand, is this person in it for the long haul, or do they dip out when things get hard? You know, if this person wants everything to be easy and fairy tale endings, well, they're in for a rude awakening, because life is full of these, right? It's a balance. It's good and it's bad, but ultimately it's how we choose to deal with it and how we choose to react. And I do think maybe somebody acted in haste or overreacted or something with like the emotional stuff, especially with the Queen of Cups. There may have been ooh, I could have done that better. And the thing is, I think your person knows that. I do think that they're trying to come clean. Maybe somebody had it's funny, I said come clean. Maybe somebody had an alcohol abuse issue or drug abuse or I don't know, trust issues. Maybe trust and loyalty was sort of tested, and somebody is coming back to communicate with you and discuss what happened. And I think make plans for the future. For Virgo, manifestation, law of attraction, thoughts become things. For Virgo. It's funny, my phone just made a little buzz, a little ding, and I feel like that's symbolic of your reading. Like someone's gonna message you soon. Divine counterpart, a divine connection sent to you from your angels. You do have the King and Queen of Cups. It's a divine pairing, right? It has nothing to do with gender, guys. It has to do with their elemental pairing, the water energy. There is love here. There is a soul connection. You may really value this person's spiritual life, their creativity, their sweetness. And then you have peace. Peace and contentment are coming to you. I think there's going to be a peace offering, or what do you call it when you have to reach some sort of negotiation and meet in the middle? What is the T here for Virgo? Anything else I need to tell them? Your reading is pretty clear though to me. This says stalking. Someone is stalking you on social media or by any means possible, often checking up on you, keeping tabs and watching you. Yeah, you guys probably are connected on social, or if you're not, they found you, but this is not a stranger. This is someone who wants back in. And I think if anything, it doesn't feel malicious. It feels to me like they know that they're going to have to put themselves in a vulnerable position and, it's kind of tail between their legs, come back to you and apologize. And that's going to be hard. So I think they're trying to make sure that you're not already connected to someone and that their words aren't going to be wasted on someone who doesn't want them back or who's already moved on without them. And then lies being spread. Fake rumors have been going around about you or the situation. All lies, no facts. So don't pay attention to the external parties. It's between you and this person. So don't let your family or your friends, over-guide you. If you're not looking for unsolicited advice, I would say honor and respect this person as much as you can and sort it out together. Yeah, don't involve external parties is what I would say there. That's what I got for you, Virgo. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I will see you next week for more tarot. Thanks so much, guys. All right, Libra, what's up? Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Let's see who's coming in. What's your romantic life, your dating life, your sex life? What is that looking like in the next few weeks? Is anyone showing up? Let's see. For Libra, messages for their best and highest good, please. For Libra. How is this person's energy presenting? Ooh, it's a little chilly. It might be that you're in a winter season, so to say, in love. You might still be stuck on the past of something or someone that either you froze out or they froze you out. There's still a little bit of things left unsaid, or feeling like, at least for them, they still have mentally like some loose ends to tie up. They still kind of go back to what was, particularly if you have strong Scorpio in your chart. Oh, wow. Okay, so I pulled a whole bunch there. We're off-roading here. All right, so let's see. They're moving on. To be honest, Libra, this actually looks good to me. If you are interested in revisiting something in the past that felt like a misconnection. And obviously that won't be for all of you. We'll pull cards to see if there's anything new coming in. But it felt like 5 to the 6. There's actually progress on someone making strides towards self-improvement here. And with Judgment, it's usually an awakening, but it does involve looking back to the past, as does the 6 of Cups. So there's 2 cards indicating past life energy or soulmate energy or past connections, even if it's not past life. And right smack in between those two is the 2 of Cups, which is like a fresh opportunity for dating. Typically, it is something new, but because it's sort of being, I don't know if flanked is the right term, but essentially bookended. There we go. Bookended by 2 cards of the past. This is probably something that's trying to work itself out in your life. Now, that being said, I don't know. For some of you, it feels like You may even have two different options coming back from the past, or you may still have two people that you think about and consider. And if that doesn't resonate with you, that's probably the person that you're dealing with. But because this is your reading and your spread, for a lot of you, I think this person may reappear in your life, so to say. Yeah, Ace of Wands. I think this person wants to make magic with you. Sometimes this can be a very sexual energy. I don't necessarily get hit it and quit it though energy, or like booty call energy. I'm not saying that the physical connection wasn't very important to you. I'm sure it was. But I don't know, for me as a reader personally, the Six of Cups, it's a little bit softer. So it can take something that's very passionate and very like, oh, let's do it, and make it something a little bit more dreamy and romantic. So I do like the combination of that. That being said, if you are looking for something new, possibly a new connection might be coming in as well. Maybe a fire sign, it doesn't have to be. If there is a new connection for Libra, tell me a little bit about that. If there's something new, thank you. Yeah, so someone is wrapping something up, and that may be in regards to you, but that may be in regards to a new person. So if they're not in your life currently, I do weekly readings basically, I always kind of give it a little bit of wiggle room, like 2 to 3 weeks, right? But I don't know, the next 2 weeks, your person may have their hands full with work, and so they might not be whining and dining you and romancing you. Again, if you're looking for something completely new, it might be a bit of a sleeper week. That's sort of the first couple cards that came out is like something's frozen, right? We're in like a winter season where we just kind of got to power through, and it can be a little bit rugged, right? A test of your faith, so to say. But whatever this is, I do like it. Yeah, look at that, Libra. So here's the thing. My poor Libra gang, I feel like I don't have a lot of Libra subs because the messages I get for you are always so intense. And I by no means set that expectation. I have to read what I see. For my general Libra readings, though, this actually does look very positive. This looks like a fresh start in love. And for some of you, again, it may involve going back to the past, and really, I think this has to do with cleaning out the closet, so to say. I think if you both are able to shine some new light on this and bring equal amounts of energy to leave the past in the past, to let things go, right? The grudges, the resentment, the hostility, whatever it is. And maybe those words aren't exactly accurate, but whatever we're holding on to, if we can let it go and start new and sort of embrace, with the Fool energy, like this is a fresh start. The Fool is very much the hopeless romantic or the eternal optimist. It's like the world is our oyster. You have no reason not to believe that you have something really, really good on the horizon coming in. Your self-respect and confidence makes you all the more sexy. So really lean into that. Don't settle for low-hanging fruit. I love that expression. Just because it's there and it's easy to grab, it doesn't mean it's delicious or satisfying. So wait for the right one. I almost want to say for you, Libra, wait for this person to come to you, because someone is coming in. Like, I think they've had to sort through some personal stuff in their life, but when they're ready to make it known that they're interested, they're gonna like Knight of Swords. Like, they're gonna come in and they're gonna have a lot to say. So it's possible there may have been an argument in the past that sort of drove a wedge between you guys, or things left unsaid. That being said, I think both of you have had some time to think about what happened and what transpired, and I do think there is something about wanting a reawakening. That word seems to be very important, because the connection is undeniable. The Two of Cups and the Six of Cups, it's like, yeah, let's light this fire again. Let's get the embers going. Let's get the fire back. I like that very much. All right. So let's see. Your reading was actually a little bit untraditional. Are you dealing with an Aquarius? Do we have cross watchers up in here that are Aquarius? I usually have like a format that I've been doing for the readings, and yours did not apply to that. But you know what? Your message was great. So this says leap of faith, taking a risk, stepping into the beauty of the unknown. Where's my Fool card? Perfect. Fool always takes a leap of faith. Anything else for Libra? Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's see. Awakening. Literally, didn't we say reawakening? A realization, a shift, or a discovery. All right, zodiac signs that want to come out in this reading for Libra, please. Zodiac signs. Let's see. We have Gemini, Aries. Oh, Aries and Libra. Each other's twin flames, right? Let's see. Aries, Gemini, Pisces, and Capricorn. All right. And then should we do a T oracle? I've done them for the rest, so we'll see. Anything else that would give Libra confirmation about who or what this person wants, or who they are, who might be coming in, who this is about? A slacker, someone who avoids doing work, prioritizes doing nothing, takes shortcuts on the job. I don't love that, but sometimes you have to read into it a little bit more. I don't know. This could have been someone who maybe they had to step up their game in order to be with you. I don't know, to win your affection. And this says chillin', being really comfortable in life, not wanting to do the most, at ease and at peace with the world. I think that's you. Again, you know what you bring to the table, so you don't have to worry about it or fret about it. Generally speaking, I'm a big proponent of like, hey, be a good advocate for yourself. If you want to reach out to somebody, do it. I kind of think this is saying like the writing is on the wall here. Like you're going to know who your person is because they are going to reach out to you and they're going to be a stand-up person. So relax. You have nothing to worry about. I actually like that very much. I think you were dealing with someone who maybe didn't know what they want or maybe were slow to get things moving in a direction that was consistent or in alignment with what you wanted. But someone's having like a breakthrough moment or an awakening, maybe taking a leap of faith on you that you may let them back into your life. Or maybe this is someone completely new. If that's the case, then get it, Libra. It looks hot. It looks really hot. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. All right, Scorpios. Scorpio sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. Let's see what's coming into you guys regarding your love life, your romantic life, your sex life. Let's see what energy is coming through for my Scorpios. Let's get them some messages for their best and highest good. How is this person or this energy presenting? Proud. They want your attention. They want you to see them. Possibly a lot of fire energy. Yeah, you have 3 very strong cards of fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Very playful energy with the Sun and the Knight of Wands. It can be very youthful in spirit, very happy-go-lucky, the world is my oyster, YOLO type vibes. Kind of a different energy though. Like this is a Leo card as well, but it's more poised. It's a little bit more serious. It's a card of confidence. It's also a card of having a lot of attention on you. Praise, compliments, accomplishments, some sort of like victory march, progress. Progress is being made in this person's personal life. That's making them very happy. And so they might be coming off of like a recent win. And so they might feel motivated to reach out because they're in a good spot. Do keep in mind, sometimes the messages can go vice versa, but let's see. So tell me a little bit more. How does this person feel about Scorpio? I mean, fire energy, I very much associate with passion, right? This feels very playful and sassy and flirty and fun. How does this person feel about Scorpio? Whoever's coming in. Ooh, look at that, Scorpio. Hell yeah. 6 of Swords is excellent energy of moving forward, having made your mind up about something, and yeah, pressing forward. And you know, what are we moving forward to? Romance. Look at that. That is undeniably a romantic partnership card. So I love that. They've made a decision. They have clarity on what they want with you or how they're going to approach you or if they're going to ask you out. They're doing it with determination. I like the 6s. 6s are small wins and small victories. So essentially it's like, I think maybe they're coming again off of a good spot, or they're coming from a good spot, a good place in their own life. And so, yeah, like they're looking to lock it down with you or make some sort of formal plan and really follow through. They have good follow through this week, or in the coming weeks, right? You know, it's tarot doesn't really work in exact timelines. You guys know this. So, but I like that. They have clarity. They have clarity. I just keep hearing that. All right. So tell me a little bit more. Can I have one more card? Well, actually, let's see what potential actions. It's funny, they have excellent actions coming through in their emotions. So, I mean, to me, that says that they're feeling like it's a good time to come forward. Action card is communication. Hell yeah. Aces are typically new blessings, new beginnings. Again, truth, clarity, having made some sort of final decision, and victory is coming through. Again, a personal win, a personal accomplishment. I know I'm just repeating myself, but your cards are kind of similar, but I really love it, Scorpio. I do. So I think this person's going to reach out and at least have a conversation. With the 6 of Swords, though, to me, it feels like making plans, like being date specific, like let's meet on this date at this time at this location, and like love that, right? It's like put it in the books, write it down in the calendar. Tell me a little bit more. What is this? Interesting. All right. So I think they're going to tell you about their accomplishment or something that they're really proud of. If this is someone you've been kind of dating, they may actually have a conversation with you to take it to the next level. For a lot of you, I think this is going to be new. And the reason I mention it is the world talks about overcoming obstacles. So there might be a conversation where they tell you about some sort of personal obstacle or personal struggle, but it feels like they've come out on top with these two cards. Like they've really stepped their game up, and I think they have a lot to offer. They're coming from a really good place, and something has really boosted their confidence because they've overcome some personal challenge. It could be as well, too, that with the world, they're wanting to move from one chapter with you into the next, in which case it could be something more serious like moving in together, or I don't know if I necessarily see having children. I'm not saying it's impossible. You know, the sun is an excellent card of childhood and childlike energy. For most of you, though, it's just like it may start off as something fun and then it gets more serious, but I think it's in a really beautiful, committed way. Yeah, gosh, Scorpio, I absolutely love that for you. So bottom of the deck, we have Five of Cups. What is that about? Having to walk away from something that didn't work out, but they're starting to see something in a different perspective now. And yeah, having to sort of, possibly deal with some sort of seriousness or a responsibility, something that really required them to focus and show up and sort of, sort of the opposite of self-sabotage. My words are not coming to me. I apologize. You might be dealing with a Capricorn as well, but yeah, it's like a make or break moment. Maybe it's for the both of you, but I think it has to do with their own life. I think maybe they had some regrets about things they couldn't do in past relationships, and so rather than repeating the same cycle, they're willing to be really like analytical and change for the better. I really like this. Yeah, so they're like a day at a time. I think. There's something to be said here for, they might be slower in energy, or at one point in time they were. I mean, they have a lot of fire sign energy here, though, too. This is the one you've been waiting for, Scorpio. And I don't necessarily mean that in terms of a specific person. I mean an energy of someone who's really going to show up for you and just, like, really blow you out of the water. I love that. I absolutely love that. This person may have experienced some sort of loss in their recent past, in which case, again, they've kind of had to get back on the horse. But here's the thing. I don't see them coming in wounded or broken or wanting you to fix them. It's not that energy. The Five of Cups is like understanding that some days are good and some days are bad, and we have to take it all in stride, and we have to meet every day as if it's a new start and a new beginning, because again, something about this person, they've learned, they have more faith in themselves. There's something about, maybe, I don't know if unshakable faith is too strong a word, but I like this. I like this very much. Can I get an oracle card for Scorpio, please? I just heard zodiac signs. All right, let's throw it down. I keep forgetting to do the dice. I think Virgos I forgot, so maybe I mentioned Virgo for a reason. Who's coming through in Scorpio's reading? Let's see. So you have Libra, you have double Aries, and you have double Libras. Look at that. All right, so we'll roll again. Aries, Libra, who else? Libra again, and Taurus. All right, Libra is refusing to be ignored here. So we have double Libras, Taurus, and Aries. A lot of fire energy too, though, I have to say. Maybe some Capricorn energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. All right. Spread your wings. Confidence that leads to freedom and growth. I think this has to do with your person, Scorpio. And look at that. Soulmate. The divine will provide you with love when you are ready. Somebody else got that card, but I don't remember. It may have been Libra, actually. And this is success. It's your time to shine. Success from what you pour your heart into. Oh, Scorpio, good for you. You got a good one this week. Love it. Good for you. If it's not your story, manifest it, right? But when it comes out in the tarot, I always say to clients, like, that means the energy is available for manifesting, right? So yeah, if this is intriguing to you, by all means, lean into it. Make it your story. Interesting. So this is long distance, a strong emotional commitment to another who is far away, often beyond physical access most of the time. Interesting. So for some of you, I suppose the Six of Swords sometimes can be a travel card, as well as the World can, indicate, it doesn't have to be international travel, but, someone who was at a distance. So it's funny, for some of you, it's like, I had phrased something and I was like, this is the one you've been waiting for. For some of you, maybe you do know who this person is. Maybe they're making good on their plan to, I don't know, to find a job closer to your area. Or like, I don't want to paint false scenarios, but I mean, for a few of you, if that resonates, that might be a possibility here. If you've been in communication with someone who lives at a distance, it's possible that at minimum they're going to make plans to see you. But the thing is, it's more significant than that. It's not just like, yeah, we see each other once a year for, you know, sexual escapades or whatever. Like, cool, like that's fine. You know, Knight of Wands would be into that, but there's so much more substance here than that. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys end up making long-term plans in some capacity. All right, that's what I got for you, Scorpio. Please do like the video, guys. That really does help me. It helps my channel gain momentum, and I'm having a good stride recently on YouTube. So yes, please do like the video. I would super duper appreciate it. If you're not already, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Share this link, this video with friends if my messages speak to you. And of course, you always have the opportunity or option to book a personal reading with me. You can find out how to do that in the description box below. Thanks for joining me, Scorpio, and I will see you next week for more tarot. Bye, guys. All right, Sagittarius, what's up? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's take a peek at your dating life, your romantic life, your sex life. What energy, who or what is coming in the next couple weeks or whenever it is due to you. We've been on a good streak. So far, Libra and Scorpio had really great, really strong readings. So let's hope the same for you guys. Messages for Sagittarius is best and highest good, please. Love, dating, romance. What is the energy coming in, please? What is the energy coming in? Ooh, celebration. All right. Coming off of some sort of win, but it's not enough because this person wants you. Which is kind of an interesting message. It sort of says, like, no matter what this person is achieving or accomplishing in their life, that's good, but like it's like what they're missing is you. That's sort of what is coming through here. And I mean, it's possible that you don't know this person yet, but it sort of has this idea that this person is like really hungry for love and hopefully ready for the real deal, right? But ready for romance anyway. But yeah, they struggle to find love. It's like, I think they're very wanted. Like they have the admiration and appreciation and attention of a lot of people, but nobody quite checks the box for them, and so they're frustrated. It feels like they have a very busy social life, or they have a lot of groups, communities, networks, people kind of in their orbit, but none of them that they necessarily view as dating prospects. And what's interesting is the reason why with Saturn here, they actually want something legit. They want something long-term. They want something more serious. I don't know, with the Three of Cups, it's like they might be meeting people who it's just sort of casual. So I think they're looking for something more, but they're sort of, with the Five of Wands, there's like this inner conflict of like, well, I think I want this, but it's not quite meeting my needs and standards, but maybe I'll entertain it. So this person is kind of finding themselves and finding their voice in relationships, and I think they're learning to better advocate for what they want and to maybe aim a little bit higher, not settle for what's there. Because to be honest, it seems like they've recently walked away or turned their back on something that it was available to them, but again, it wasn't satisfying in the way that they really needed it to be. So maybe, you know, it was physical compatibility or something like that. All right, so how does this person feel about Sagittarius? I don't know if you know who this is yet, Sag. This might be a stranger of sorts. Wish fulfillment. All right, so when this person does come into your orbit, they see you as the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme. I love that. Maybe they know you, maybe they do. Maybe you guys experienced some sort of breakup and someone had to walk away, in which case it's like, I'm hearing that Sinead O'Connor song, Nothing Compares to You, right? And you're that to them, if this person knows who you are. I think she was a Sagittarius, was she not? I believe she was. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you're their wish fulfillment. So I think a couple of messages here. Again, this can be someone completely new. If that's the case, it's like they've really started to expand their network and maybe travel outside their comfort zone or their safety zone or their immediate network and groups of people, friends of friends. It's just not getting them anywhere. So it could be that this is someone you meet online. It could be someone that is traveling more and pursuing things that their heart is calling them to do. So leave it to Sagittarius to meet someone while they're traveling, right? But it might just end up in your favor. I don't often get this message, right? I'm a big advocate of going out there and manifesting and you know, being motivated to get what you want. But sometimes love isn't up to us, right? You know, it's out of our control in a lot of ways, as long as we're open to the energy. But this actually feels like it could be something that sort of falls in your lap. It's like it kind of accidentally in love. I'm getting all these these song references. All right, so how do they feel about you? Very strongly, very strongly. They want to give you their world, or they view you as just maybe a little bit different, or they've never dated anyone like you before, or yeah, you kind of bring them into this new headspace that it feels really nice and really lovely. And I think in true Sagittarius fashion, like a high vibe Sagittarius, your optimism is infectious. There's something that they're just like, yeah, I feel so good when I'm around you because your nature is so just like, you know, the world is our oyster. We got one life to live. Let's do this. You know, whatever happens, we'll figure it out. There's something very optimistic. And yeah, I wanted to say contagious. They love how your brain works, and they love your energy. They feel really good and really safe and satisfied to be around you. I think you have really good intellectual conversations too. That's something that is very stimulating to this person. Something about this Three of Cups feels very much like this person is attracted to intelligence, and you know, their love language quite literally is language and really good communication. And they seem to be meeting people who, it's funny, I don't usually get this message with Three of Cups, but it's like they're kind of dumb. Like there's just not a lot of substance there. It's very much like, it's either boring and mundane, like let's talk about the weather, right? Or it's something just like they you know, they're like a few, what is that? They're like a few bulbs short of Christmas tree, or ironically, I can't even come up with the phrase. They're just not bright. They're not bright. Whoever they're meeting, there's something about their social circle is not intellectually stimulating. So yeah, they want you, Sag. They think you sexy. Lean into your confidence, because that's what this person loves. And there is something kind of unique about your mind that this person, again, really admires. So potential action towards Sagittarius this week, or in the coming weeks. I mean, tarot doesn't really work in strict timelines, but as much as we're allowed to know. Potential action, will this person make their feelings known? What's gonna happen for action? Yeah, they're gonna communicate it. They're going to light you up. I love that. The moon, and it may be in your blind spot right now. It's something that you probably don't see coming. So again, this could be a stranger that you've never met, that you just bump into on the street, or maybe you connect with them online after a period of like drought and no connections. This is not the main message. I have to be honest, for 80% of you, this is something brand new. For the other, 20%, maybe this is someone that you had a brief relationship with and it didn't work out. But if that's the case, this person still wants you back. It might be a Pisces. Or a Cancer for that matter. Again, travel, big things with travel. So this person may live at a distance. But again, if this is a stranger, someone you don't know, if you're watching this going, I have no idea who this is. In some ways, I'm wanting to say good, because that probably means it could be your message. This person might not live in your radius right now, or might not be in your immediate network. So they might be coming in. They might be coming from a place of like soul searching with the moon. It's like this, something here, it's just not satisfying to me. And so maybe this person is deciding to up and move, or find a new job, and maybe their job, with Nine of Pentacles, the money, maybe it brings them into your network, your life, and something about that, you guys like spark a really nice connection. But it's also a very deep, soulful connection with the moon. The Chariot is a great action card, as is the Ace of Wands. The moon is a more subtle energy, but there's also something kind of mysterious. It can be a card of illusion too, but it could be that you didn't realize that this person was still holding on to you, or still had feelings for you. If it is something from the past, that's where this moon card could come in. I'm wanting to use the word psyche and psychology. So maybe that's an interest to you or to them, or I don't know, some sort of like, bring the word undertow. I think there's significant changes happening in this person's life. Maybe they're having some sort of like spiritual awakening, or just some sort of revelation about their life path and what isn't working. And I think they're more apt to want to roll the dice and try something new. And it's funny. It's like when they do that, somehow the universe kind of helps orchestrate you coming into their life, because this feels like it could be a strong connection. It really does. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. That's a delicious offer. I love that for you, Sag. Nice. This may have to do with moving jobs, or finding new resources of money, streams of income. Your person could also work in finances, or that could be you. All right, zodiac signs that want to come out in this reading, please. Zodiac signs. So let's see. I have Libra, I have Pisces, I have 2 other Sagittarians. All right, we'll roll again. Anybody else want to come out in this Sagittarius reading? Scorpio. All right. Cupid love oracles, please. What can I share with Sagittarius? This looks really good. Three good readings in a row. I love it. All right, so this is pay attention. Look out for signs from the divine. Acknowledge red flags. And then be open to change, be receptive to new experiences. Change leads to growth. This hits the nail on the head for me, because I do think this person is welcoming in new opportunities and change into their life. So hopefully you're doing the same, and I think that's why you guys are going to meet. I don't know where the red flags are here, to be honest. If anything, I'm almost sensing that that's your person staying in like a status quo. So maybe for some of you, this is a cross-watcher reading. I don't know. But red flags, I think it's like not settling. And maybe that's a message to you too. It's like, we only know what we know. And so Sagittarius tends to be a sign that does kind of cut their own path, right? You know, you don't tell a Sagittarius to stay, right? It's a freedom-loving sign. So if you do feel like you're settling, or you're in a relationship and it's not checking all the boxes, I mean, by all means, you know, be honest with your person, see if you can communicate and try and fix that. But I think the major thing is, don't settle, because you may actually be missing out on an opportunity with someone who you really jive with and really connect with. Again, that might also be a message to whoever this person is, who's, you know, trying to find a more deep and meaningful relationship. Something, maybe this isn't for everybody, but something more faith-based, I'm wanting to say. There might be a Sagittarius in the future that really, and maybe it's two Sagittarians, who knows? But yeah, don't settle. Don't settle is the message there. It's so funny today. Interesting. I actually didn't mean to pick up this deck. This is from a reading I was doing the other day, but all right. Timeline for Sagittarius. All right, we'll do this one instead. Thank you, Spirit. Sometimes they guide me without me even knowing. Isn't that great? All the time, actually. Timeline. So this says August. All right, so that is just around the corner, Sagittarius. Leo season, Leo and Virgo season. So get ready. Oh, what is this card? The T. Let's see. More than friends. Ooh la la. Sagittarius, crushing it on the reading. All right, guys, thank you for joining me today. Please do like the video. I would so appreciate it. My channel is growing a little bit. I'm really intrigued. I'm really excited. I'm really feeling encouraged by that. So please do like the video. It really does make a world of difference. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. Tell your friends. Word of mouth is huge for me. It helps my messages get out there and find a wider audience and book client readings, which is the goal at the end of the day. So thank you so much, Sag. I will see you next week for more tarot. Bye. All right, what's up, Capricorn? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What is your love life looking like? Love, romance, dating, sex, all those good fun things. Let's see what energy is coming into Capricorn's life next. Who or what is presenting in Capricorn's life regarding their love? Love and romance. All right, here we go. Capricorn, who's coming in? Or how is this person's energy presenting? Someone spiritual. Someone who's had to say goodbye to someone recently. They may have lost a pet or a friend, a family member. I don't predict scary things like that. That would have already happened. But yeah, they might be grieving the loss of something. Or if it's not grieving the actual like physical loss, needing to let something go. It's like they know. They're getting all the warning signs that they need to release. And that it feels very Pluto. It's like, you know, we need to eliminate something. We need to let go in order to, you know, to cleanse ourselves essentially and make room for something better. So I think they are rebuilding rebuilding themselves. I don't know. They're finding their way in the world again. It's sort of like they're needing to test the waters. This person, they may have even also had to like go away. It almost has it feels like rehab. So obviously that's not going to be for everybody, but symbolically that's what I mean. It's like they had to eliminate something in their life. Maybe it was a lifestyle or a habit or something that just wasn't good for them. Or maybe it's something like it doesn't have to be drugs or whatever, but yeah, the releasing of something and then needing to rebuild from it. So again, maybe they lost something near and dear to them. Maybe they lost a job. It could be that kind of thing where they're trying to find themselves again. They're trying to find their way in the world and they are working their way towards more stability. So it's, you know, it's promising, but they have a lot of work to do still. Yeah, they're trying to reestablish some order and balance in their life. They may have gotten out of a marriage contract or maybe they ended up breaking up with someone that they dated for a while. And I don't necessarily think that they still have feelings for them per se, but they're not used to being alone and single, or they're not used to, I don't know, they still have maybe some connection to an ex or some hang-ups or something. I don't think it's romantic, but it's like they still have to pick up their stuff from the apartment they moved out of. Like it has that type of like, there's strings attached, but not in like an emotional, passionate way. It's just like I think this person really had trouble accepting some sort of ending, but ultimately they know it's right, but it doesn't always feel great in that moment. That's sort of the vibe I'm getting. This might involve a Libra. It certainly doesn't have to, or again, it could have to do with the ending of a job contract. How do they feel about Capricorn? They think you're above them. I think they're extremely intimidated by you, but I mean, they definitely have a crush on you. I don't know if this person is in your life yet. Keep in mind, this may resonate for you at a future date, but they look up to you, but I think that you have your shit together, and that's very intimidating for them because they feel like they don't. Tell me a little bit more. Yeah, I think they're trying to figure out how they could get your attention or make some sort of offer to you, but they stop themselves short because they're very down on their luck or very critical of themselves. There's a lot of like I don't want to say self-hatred, that's too strong a word, but a lot of self-criticism, and so they try and envision what it would be like to ask you out, and they're just like, oh my god, Capricorn would never give me the time of day. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but nothing sexier than confidence, right? So I mean, you seem to have that going on. That's what caught their attention, because I don't even know if you do really see them. I think they spot you first, or they connect with you first, or they swipe right on you first. I think they know that they have to appear confident to get your attention. But yeah, I guess part of me just wants to send up the cautionary red flag of like, this person is still very much establishing their own stability. So just make sure you're not getting like, not swindled, but essentially, I don't know. I don't want to do fear-based readings, but I just feel like what this person is presenting, if you do a little bit of a deeper dig, you're gonna find out that this person has a challenging past, or I don't want to say messy. They definitely have baggage, and everybody does. I don't mean to offend or insult anyone, but I'm not sure that dating should be their priority because they're still looking to establish stability for themselves. So maybe they're not coming in yet because they know they're not ready to make you an offer. I do think there's a crush, or they have feelings, but I think they would... I'm so sorry, I'm not being eloquent here, but underwhelming is what I'm hearing. I think they think that what they would offer you, it would be underwhelming to you, and you would just simply pass them by. Yeah, so it's like they cut themselves off before they even try. Now, maybe that's a blessing in some ways for you, Capricorn, because it doesn't sort of paint false hope of, oh, this person's into me, but then they're going to withdraw their energy and be like, just kidding, I'm not ready. Because I think a lot of us have been there, right? And that's incredibly frustrating. It's like, how did you see this going? Like, people who don't know what they want. I think Capricorn's a sign that typically knows what they want. They have drive, they have a mission, they have a purpose, they have motivation. You have something that gets you out of bed in the morning and whatever. This person is on and off again. It's funny, I almost want to say on and off the wagon. So it's like possibly substance abuse issues or something that is inhibiting them from really being the best version of themselves. They're working on it, and credit to this person because they are trying, but they're not clear from that sort of, I don't know if it's shadow energy or something that they're still healing from, that kind of, it sometimes rears its ugly head and maybe doesn't, it impacts them still, whatever they are still recovering from. So, is this person going to make any moves towards Capricorn? This could also be too, with the Page of Cups and the Eight of Cups. For one or two of you, this might be someone who has actually sort of been flirting with you a little bit, and you've been entertaining the offer. But if that's the case, it's on and off. It's like you like the attention, you like that they're flirting with you, but then they go dark on you for 2 weeks, and you're like, what? So that's what I mean. This is not easy. There's already some red flags popping up. And yeah, it's an interesting season in this person's life. I'm not saying it's going to be like this forever, but you may have already made the decision to walk away or to not respond because it is very flighty and inconsistent. And to be honest, that's sort of what I see here. But if we kind of peel back the layers, it's because this person doesn't have it all together, and they are working on themselves, but they might be trying to... In some ways, it's like you're a really lovely distraction from their problems, only at the end of the day, their problems are still there. And so I think the time and attention they put into like formulating a plan to ask you out or whatever, they should be putting that into something to establish their own stability first. Potential action towards Capricorn for this person. Yeah, they're still healing. And so there's something very childlike about their offers. They someday, like if this person does or has asked you out, they do really mean it. You know, they like you, they think you're pretty or handsome or cute, or, you know, they want to have fun with you. But ultimately we have page offers here, guys, right? Page, knight, queen, king. I'd love to see some queens or kings on the board. And maybe we will. I have a couple more I got to pull. But right now it's like, they inch closer to you, but then it gets too real. And I think the guilt kind of eats away at them, knowing that you want more. You're asking them to put more effort in, or to offer more, to get a little bit more serious. And they're not capable of doing that, so they withdraw their energy. Or even if you're not asking for it, energetically, they sense that, again, like, yeah, like you got it. You got it going on, and that's why they admire you. And I think it has nothing to do with like money in our bank account or our background or this and that, but it's like an equal energy exchange of like interests and loyalty or dedication to making this relationship work, or whatever this is, even if it's just casually dating. But they don't have enough to offer you right now. But I you know, in terms of action, they're probably going to flirt with you and then retract their energy again, unfortunately. Yeah, like the winter card, it gets cold again, it gets frosty, the communication gets frozen again. There might be a Scorpio in the mix factoring into this as well. Maybe you're dealing with one, or maybe that's an ex, maybe like Libra, Scorpio. You have some Leo energy here too. Yeah, for now, Capricorn, I have to be honest, these are weekly readings-ish, right? You know, a couple weeks. Right now, I think your intuition is already telling you that this is kind of a dead end. And while it's fun to envision that this person is going to come to their senses and actually show up for you in a big, sexy, you know, kind of blow you out of the water kind of way, I don't see that happening. I think you guys are both like flirty and cute, but ultimately, can this person give you something with substance? No. And to be honest, like, the universe may actually be kind of intervening, and I'm hearing intervention again, something with it, substance abuse. There might be divine intervention here to save you from heartbreak, because ultimately, if you continue down this path and you want something more, but you're not being super open or transparent about that, you're going to get hurt, right? There's something that's going to be really devastating or let you down. So this might be like, get out while you can, save yourself the heartbreak later down the line. Because, and I'm not saying this is true for all of you, there might be something about your dating history where you want to mend the baby bird with the broken wing. That feels very much like, oh, you're broken and you're wounded and you feel like an outcast. And I think for some of you out there, it might be that, ooh, I felt that. So there's something like deep in that connection where I want to like nurse you back to health. And I'm not saying you're doing that consciously, but you might be catching people in your net who are victims or wounded warriors. And so they are very apt to take you up on your hospitality or generosity because other people have closed the door in their face. But in some way, this is a karmic lesson to them that, you know, while you know, people want to help people, at some point this person needs to stand up and fight their own battles. And I think that's what they're sort of learning. So in some ways, I want to say, don't deny them that lesson. Allow them to make good on their own life and find their own self-motivation. And then, you know, you can be there to kick it and be a friend, but romantically, this feels dodgy right now. It really does. Wah wah. I'm sorry, Capricorn, but I only have good intentions. I hope this helps you. And remember, energies change, so this might be one person of a whole bunch, right? So this is recognition, admiration for your hard work is coming, all right? So maybe that should be what you focus on, you know, nose to the grindstone, because maybe you have some sort of raise or promotion or good news at work, booking a good client or juicy money deal. I don't know. Classic Capricorn reading, right? Let's see, past life connection. Someone with heavy influence from a past life is with you, okay? Again, something about the passing of someone, and again, I'm not predicting this, 1,000%. If that may resonate with you, if it doesn't have to do with your person, I also think this is saying like angels, whatever you believe in, God, source, spirit, universe, is guiding you in this connection. It's like you already know the truth. You're very intuitive, Capricorn. You already know the situation here. Maybe you guys had a past life connection, and maybe that's why it pulls at your heartstrings a little bit. This almost feels like in a past life, this person was your child. I know that's a weird way of phrasing it, but there's some sort of feeling there, but it's almost more like maternal, paternal, like I just want to nurse you back to health type energy. And this says putting in the work, action that helps achieve goals, building the path to success. Again, that's for your person. That's for your person. Oracle card. More than friends. I also think this person doesn't know what they want to. I feel like sometimes they, not gaslighting, but again, like this flirting and like, well, what is this? Are we or aren't we? They don't know. They don't know. So how could you possibly know, right? Lies being spread, fake news, rumors, blah, 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 blah. And then, let's see, copying your style. Someone likes how you dress, talk, look, etc. so much that they try to act like you. I think this person wants to be around you because you make them look good. Maybe they're a little bit of a social climber. It's possible. Or maybe they're looking to get something out of you. And again, like, I'm not saying like they're super lechy and malicious, but there is something about, oh, well, Capricorn's made it. So it's not like, if you hang out with people who are confident, it's bound to, influence your own confidence. It's that type of thing where they do like being around you, but I don't know. I do kind of questions the reason behind it. I don't know. Zodiac signs: Libra, Leo, Scorpio, and Leo again. Social climbers. Interesting. And then Gemini. Interesting. Also interesting. All right. If Capricorn wants something brand new, no X's, no weird, vague, are we or aren't we is what's coming in next. Ooh, so you have something better coming in. Possibly Pisces, Leo, or maybe those are signs that you need to block. I think you need to focus on your own happiness and know that there's something better out there for you. Brand new stuff, maybe Leo or Pisces. That's what I would say. This has been a long reading. All right, thanks, Capricorn. Please do like the video, guys. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. All right, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Who's coming in romantically? Your love life, your dating life, your sex life, all those fun things. Let's see what energy is coming up. Let's see, for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, messages for their best and highest good. How is this person presenting? Let's see. Ooh, so they want a reunion after an ending with you. Or this message came up for Capricorn too. This person you might be a welcomed relief to this person, because they're going through some heavy stuff in their personal life. And I'm not necessarily saying if that's a bad thing yet, but it could be that, like, I just need a distraction because life is so heavy and so serious right now. So, with this card, it might indicate they're not necessarily in a place to commit or give you something super big because their energy is like spread thin. They may have a lot of work responsibilities. They might be dealing with family drama. Maybe there's layoffs at their job and they're like sweating, or they're having to, make up for other people who aren't doing their job. Like, there's a lot going on. And so there could be this idea of just wanting to go out and casually date or hang out with you, even if it is exclusive. But just be wary that I question how much energy they can really feed in this relationship because they have a lot going on. Okay, but they are making moves towards you. This person may love to travel or invite you on some sort of trip. There could have been some ending, especially career-wise, where they're having to relocate, and so that could benefit you in the future. But if you don't know who this is, maybe this is going to be someone new. It could be that they're coming off of some sort of, it's funny, it's like they're coming off of some sort of high and some sort of low, whatever that means. But whatever it is, they are coming in. That's more or less what it says. If they're at a distance, they're going to be sending a lot of messages back and forth. But then I also wonder, too, part of me wants to question, are they just getting your hopes up? Are they actually going to meet you? So I just want to make sure this is actually movement, not just messages. The High Priestess says you already know. So your intuition is guiding you here. So if this person has been very transparent with you about sharing, again, like highs and lows, things that they're going through, then it's like, well, then you know what to expect. You can cater your expectations to that. So don't ask more of this person than they're capable of giving. And if you want more, that's totally fine. That's totally valid. But ask for it from the right person, because this one coming through anyway, again, they might be just trying to establish better balance in their life. You might be dealing with a Cancerian. It's possible. They may have shared some very heavy news with you too that maybe I'm hearing like taken back. It took you back, or it I don't know if it was shocking news, but something heavier news where you're kind of like, oh, okay. And so you might not be actively seeking this out or putting a lot of stock in this becoming something. This could be something kind of casual or friends, because there's something about the truth here. So Could also be this idea of like maybe someone's married and they're trying to get a divorce, but they're not, they're still living with their significant other or whatever. So it's kind of like, all right, well, maybe I gotta, this high priestess here is like, I just gotta chill a little bit and see how this pans out. Like, I don't want to get over invested or get my hopes up, because there's something about this where it could go either way. It is like, maybe you're dealing with a Gemini, right? I don't know. But yeah, there's like celebratory energy and like crushing energy. So very, very interesting. Should I leave the high priestess out? I feel like she just wants to be seen here. All right, what's up? What's up, high priestess? You can hang out with us in this reading. High priestess says you already know, trust your intuition. It is a card of secrets. It is sometimes a card of silence, of mysticism, of spirituality. It's a feeling. It's an inner knowing. And so it could be that there's going to be more revealed here. From the past. Yeah, to be honest, this for some of you, this could be someone coming back from your past, someone that you connected with and had a falling out with or an ending. They might be making moves to come back into your life. It's possible. Or this could be saying this is a relationship that's best to be friends, especially if it's something new. That seems very appropriate. So anyway, whoever is coming through in this reading, this is already very complicated energy. How does this person feel about Aquarius? What's going on in their emotional sector? How do they feel about Aquarius? They're healing. Without a doubt, they're doing some healing. Ugh, and yeah, the devil stuff. So Capricorn, Sagittarius energy. They know that there's a need for them to be responsible, but they also need a break from the heavy energy. And so that whole message of a welcomed relief, that's what this feels like. It's like life gets very hard. They have to show up and be responsible. But then at the same time, like, they want to play. They want to have fun. They don't want things to always be heavy. And so I don't know. This, I almost want to say work-life balance, but in regards to dating, it feels kind of like hot and cold, or a little bit like I want to, but I can't. And it's fun to imagine what it would be like, but at the end of the day, something is holding me back where I can't fully be with you or be kind of open about whatever this is. For some of you, this is a very, very unusual message, or not unusual, let me take that back. It's not for most of you, but you may have connected with someone who's still in the closet as well. Like something is holding them back from being free and open, if that makes sense. Or, if it's not their sexuality, that's a metaphor for something else. It's like, I want to, but I can't. It's fun and it's easy until reality hits, and then I kind of like, clench and close back up, and I'm not ready for this. This person is definitely fighting a battle, though, for sure. In the past, they may have had issues with communication. There could be some sort of wound there about not feeling totally heard or totally understood. Financial issues might be playing a role in this as well. I'm also trying to balance like single parent life with dating life. That might be a challenge if you're dating with someone who has a child. Again, it's this idea of like, I'm single again and I'm going to date, but also I'm a parent and I have responsibilities. And this could be like the person who's like fresh out of a divorce and they're still finding their footing on how do I do both? How do I be a single mom, a single dad, and still make time for myself? And so that's what I mean. I'm not necessarily saying they're like a bad person, but they're still figuring their life out. There's a need for them to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, right? It's temperance, it's balance, it's moderation. So their feelings for you are like, the cups are being passed back and forth. So there's like a little bit there. It feels like someone you hear from kind of sporadically. Or maybe you meet up with them sporadically. I do like this card if it's messages, but you have the death card. So they are coming out of some major ending or preparing themselves for some sort of major ending. Again, maybe that's a divorce or needing to leave a job for some reason. Maybe there was a layoff or something about that. And so that's okay. So I don't hate this, but it's ultimately saying, you know the truth. I would have realistic expectations. I think this person is trying to make good on the promise to do better and to show up, but it's a Knight of Pentacles. So in some ways, it's a reliable knight, but you have to make sure that whatever this knight is focused on, that's the main goal. That's going to be the focus of their energy. So if their job, or if their priority right now is their job or finding a house or finding, I don't know, a sitter or whatever, that's their priority. Like, and again, it's a knight. So it's like, it's working our way up to do something bigger or be a better person, but there's a mutability, there's an adaptivity there. So it's like they're juggling a lot of things at once. So cater your expectations, but ultimately, if you can look at this and just have fun and not expect anything out of it other than just a good time and company and friendship and, you know, maybe some sex, whatever, then cool. Like, just make sure your heart doesn't get swept away, or you don't get lost in the fantasy or the illusion of what this could be versus what it actually is. Your person is going through stuff though. So on the off chance that you're like, were they lying? No, I don't think they are. I mean, they have some heavy cards, you guys, for sure. So they might be going through some sort of period of healing. In many areas too. It could be that this person has just had like 3 major events in their life that you're just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Again? Happiness, new discoveries that lead to celebrations. Love yourself first. So yeah, again, I don't think this person is rushing in to be exclusive with you. So if you can do, I don't know if you want friends with benefits. I don't know what you want, Aquarius, but ultimately, if you're able to keep your options open and have that be open and on the table, be transparent, that might be my advice here. Because I think you both like each other, but there's obstacles getting in the way of you guys actually being together. And then this says twin flame, a spiritual connection between you and your twin flame. So you guys probably have past life history together. You were meant to meet in this lifetime, right? But twin flame doesn't always mean that it's going to come together with all the bells and whistles. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's not about that. It's about what you're mirroring in each other, essentially. So practice good self-awareness. Why is this person in your life right now? And what can you learn about yourself through that interaction, that encounter? Abundance, an inflow of money, love, or rewards. Well, look at that. Look at that, Aquarius. I mean, you do have strong oracle cards. Some of these are not as optimistic and positive. So honestly, this could go either way, but in the immediate future, we're talking the next couple months, I don't see this knocking you out of the water. I think if your person is able to recognize that like they're on like some sort of like soul journey or soul awakening, it does lead to the Wheel of Fortune where they're going to have more to give, but they're still grieving and allowing some things to exit their life or to eliminate things in their life that were holding them back. Once this person is set free, I think they could make good on making some sort of promise to build into something greater. I do like this. It like builds into soulmate energy, but it might be this connection or this might be something coming in the future. So I hate to be wishy-washy, but to be honest, like the reading itself is a little bit mixed. Mixed reviews, Aquarius. So zodiac signs that want to come into this, please, for Aquarius, please. Libra, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Scorpio again. You do have strong Scorpio energy. One more time. And Aries. All right. And, all right, we'll do one of these. What's the tea? What would be helpful for Aquarius to hear right now? What would resonate? Fake friends. Pretend to be a buddy when you come around, but talk smack when you leave. Ooh. I don't know if that's necessarily about you, though. That could be someone finding out that they had like that could be the reason that they ended a relationship, is because they found out that someone they were dating was not a stand-up person. And so that could be some of the wounds they're tending to. This person may have trust issues. Okay. Social climbers, that came up in Capricorn's reading too. No money, no talk. Not wanting to talk unless money is involved, hustling or getting the bag at all costs. So that might just indicate that this person is dealing with like financial health issues too. So anyway, all right, that's what I got for you, Aquarius. Please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys being here. Tell your friends. Word of mouth is huge and helps my channel grow. I will see you next week for more tarot. Thanks, guys. All right, Pisces, baby. What's up? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What is coming into your life romantically, your dating life, your sex life, your love life, all those good things. Messages for Pisces, best and highest good, please. Who's coming in? What is their energy? What is this person presenting as? King of Cups, love it. Oh my God, Pisces, swoon. They are thinking about their long-term plans and future and who they want to build a life with. If you're already with a person, you may be having discussions about marriage, discussions about moving locations together, moving in together, having children, having another child. If you're not with them, if you're completely single, the next one coming in might be a real good one. Just saying. They may have children from another marriage, not necessarily, but it's possible. Right now, though, if this person isn't in your life, they are actively working to manifest like the real deal. Like this is a straight shooter, like they want the happily ever after, the long term. So I mean, in theory, this could benefit you, Pisces. Love it. I absolutely love it. So how does this person feel about Pisces? How does this person feel about Pisces? The other side note to this story, I think we're going to go with what I said first because that's what got channeled first. It's possible, though, that if you're married, there might be someone spying on you or vice versa. If you've connected with someone who is married but doing some stuff on the side or whatever. It's funny. I just watched that, what is it called? That documentary on something Madison, Ashley Madison. It made me think of that. I literally just watched that on Netflix the other day. It's possible that you might be thinking about someone who's married or someone maybe texting you who is otherwise involved. So just do your research. Make sure you know who you're dealing with. But ooh, the Star. So there's something very healing about your energy. They like how you look naked. They think you're sexy. There's something very different, completely different and unique about you, and all others pale in comparison. When the Star card comes out in the feelings, it does have to do with health, first and foremost, like healthy relationships and feeling like they're in good hands with you. But also it's kind of like a sexually driven card in some capacity. I also think, too, because it's an Aquarius card, maybe you have strong Aquarius in your chart, maybe you have Venus in Aquarius or something like that. Aquarius is very much associated with groups and communities and friendships. And I think that's important because that could indicate where you might meet them, some sort of club or activity. If you play on a fun sports league or something like that, if you're in a knitting club or a book club or I don't know, something like that, you could meet them in some sort of group. Maybe you go on some adventure and there's groups of people hiking together. So be social. If you're single and looking, put yourself in group scenarios and group dynamics. I also think this says too, in regards to feelings, this person, I know this is cheesy, but I also it makes my heart flutter. I think it's so cute. I think there's something like we're best friends that happen to be in love. Like there's something like that. They look at you as like their best friend. Again, I'm getting a lot of random messages. For some of you, there's an element of celebrity here. Now, I don't mean they're Tom Cruise, right? I don't mean their faces on movie posters per se. I mean, possible. But no, it's more like they're the face of the company, or they have a big following, or there's something where people know who they are. And I'm not saying everybody, but like within their network, within their community, they're like a heavy hitter. They're like a big player. And I apologize. I don't mean to be crude. Like I literally don't mean that in any like sassy sense, but there could also be something about like polyamorous. I think that's the term. Almost like I'm sort of getting like group sex or multiple partners. Now that wouldn't come out of nowhere. If that was something you were both actively seeking and into, awesome. You're probably manifesting it. I don't think that's going to be like this weird catch-22 of like, oh, I fell deeply, madly in love with this person, but ... For most of you, that's not it. It could, there is something kind of coming through about unusual sexuality, or I apologize, that's not the proper way to phrase it. I would say non-mainstream. I'm very open-minded. I have no judgment or criticism towards what anybody likes. Whatever does it for you, great. But there's something a little bit, I don't know if it's atypical, or maybe it's atypical to you and what you're used to, but I think you guys are going to expand your comfort zone in regards to like, pillow talk or what you do in the bedroom, so to say. So again, take it if it resonates. If not, just release it. Yeah, so you have two cards that indicate healing and wounded. So something about that is coming through in the feelings. It could be that this person has always felt kind of guarded, or that they couldn't fully be themselves in relationships. They had trepidations about their own desires and wants, especially like romantically, like sexually. And so there's something very freeing and liberating. They can just be themselves with you. And I think there's a non-judgment here. Like there's an open-mindedness to you that is very... awesome. It makes them feel really good. This person definitely has like a kinky side too. I mean, of course they do. This King of Cups, right? Scorpio energy. Let's see. This person may have also struggled with, it's funny, I almost said abuse issues, and that's not really what I meant, but I shouldn't say it's funny. Sorry. Boy, am I tripping over my words today. You can tell Mercury's about to go retrograde. This person may have struggled with issues in the past. What I was going to say was like drug alcohol abuse, but it came out as just abuse. So that may actually have larger ramifications than I realize as a reader. I'm hearing like some sort of abuse, particularly substance abuse. And so that may be something that they are in recovery for or fully recovered from. But in other relationships, that may have been a deal breaker because maybe they always found themselves matching with people who were not only sober, but were borderline alcoholics. And that was something they were trying to like remove or get rid of in their life. And so I'm not sure where you fall on that, Pisces, if you're sober or, whatever it is, but there's something that works here for them, for you guys together, that it didn't work in the past. So again, it's like you're a breath of fresh air. There's something very valuable about you. And I think in the past too, this person has dealt with people who either didn't know what they want or gave them mixed signals or mixed messages, or they were hot and cold, on and off, that type of vibe. And it scarred their heart. It left them with some wounds that they really had to show up for themselves and practice good like self-healing and self-love. So at this point, they're not willing to negotiate on what they want in terms of settling for half-hearted offers. And so again, something with the star coming through in their emotions is all the chaos and the drama and the confusion and the heartbreak that they experienced in past relationships. This comes in and there's almost like a you're too good to be true. And I'm not necessarily saying they're suspicious of that. I think if anything, they're wanting to get to know you and see if you're legit and that you guys actually want the same things, because this is like they want to put a ring on it. Like they don't want to lose you to someone else. Sagittarius is coming through there. Aries maybe. All right. It's a very, very strong sexual connection here with you guys. The physical connection and a playfulness that is like, again, expanding new territory in terms of what you're used to in your dating life. Action towards Pisces. Is this person going to take action in the near future? What can I share with them in regards to action? So they're silent right now. They might be afraid to address you or afraid to approach you. They might be a little bit intimidated by you. To be honest, guys, this might be saying you just don't know who this is yet. Like they haven't come into your network. So this might be saying don't get lost in your head about it's never my time, my person is never here. Like don't do the whole self-limiting beliefs thing. Like free yourself from those negative thoughts, because it's almost like with this spiritual card, it's like it's already written. It's already coming down the pipeline, but you guys may not have ever met yet. There's something very spiritual about this. But, together, these are two strong cards of non-communication. And I say strong cards, too, because, I think, in my opinion, this reading actually has a lot of potential to it. So, again, trust that everything is happening in divine timing. I'm wanting to say it's already been written. I really like this, and there's a lot of healing energy that comes with this too. So in terms of action, I don't see a ton of great action cards this week, but it doesn't mean that you can't manifest this, or again, it's already coming in. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, Knight of Cups. There you go. So that's a good action card. That's someone making an offer when they're ready to. Maybe this person is still healing from something. I'm just giving this as an example. Maybe they're still in rehab and they're doing a lot of self-assessment and looking back on past relationships, doing a lot of kind of deep digs into their parents' relationship and why they are the way they are, and what they thought love meant and how to be a good man and how to be a good woman and this and that, or whatever it is. I think maybe they're doing a lot of reflection and even maybe writing or manifesting about trying to achieve a beautiful romantic prospect, and lo and behold, eventually they're going to stumble upon you, and then it's smooth sailing. That's the Pisces cup, the Pisces card. It could be too that this hasn't come into you yet because you're still liberating yourself from an ex or from a relationship that maybe isn't meeting your standards. So if you yourself, Pisces, are in a relationship and there's some conflict or there's some stress, or you feel like you're vying for someone's competition because you're waiting for them to choose you, well, maybe you may as well trim the fat now, because it's making room in your life for the good one, something that's going to hold space and be like a sweet, romantic, mystical, sexual, spiritual, creative, poetic, all these really, I think juicy terms, but anywho, all right. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Have faith. It is written. divine union, sacred union between two souls, divinely guided connection coming together, two people on the same team. Pisces, need I say more? Can you guys read this? My camera is not great. I acknowledge that. But yeah, I mean, dope. Love that card. This card I want to pop out too. Slacker. Slacker. I'm not sure how that fits, but take it if it resonates. Cut me some slack. What is that about? I just heard that. Leap of faith, taking a risk, stepping into the beauty of the unknown. That's what I think this is. I don't think this is someone from your past. I think this is brand new to the point where you couldn't even fathom what this is. I know I'm making like grandiose statements here. I don't typically do that, but I mean, you started off with the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups. You have the Star card. Like, that feels big, you guys. That feels very big. So, you know, if it's not your story, by all means, manifest it. And I mean, in the action, you have the Knight of Cups. That's making love offers. And not only that, you have two strong, like, watery Pisces cards. So, love it. Zodiac signs. It's funny, I almost said Aquarius. Maybe you're dealing with an Aquarius. Zodiac signs that want to come out, please, in this reading. Pisces, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. Please like, share, subscribe. It really does help me gain traction on YouTube. I'm having a mini growth spurt on my channel right now, and I'm so excited. So help me ride this wave a little bit longer. Word of mouth is huge. Tell your friends if you like my readings, and by all means, book a personal reading. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next week for more tarot. Bye, guys.